Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special Defense of the Patience episode. I know you are looking forward to Theory Crafting Thursday, but that just isn't going to happen because we were bombarded by 7.02. This happened last night for you because you all live in the future and we live in the past. I am Roland.
Yep.
With me today is Ursinity.
Hello. Yes, I am the host of the show, contrary to popular belief, but I don't need to do an intro now, thanks to Roland, which is nice. It's nice. It's very pleasant to.
You're the host of the patch.
Relax.
You're the host of the patch.
Oh yeah, I'm the host of the patch, dude. I posted it myself. I went to Steam servers and I hosted it. It was great. I didn't even prepare. Like normally, so initially 7.02 was the first line was going to be "Welcome to everybody's favorite Bigfoot podcast," but then Ice Frog vetoed that. Yeah, he said nope, and that's just a 7.02. So on that note, I think we're just gonna hop right into it. Right?
Yeah, I think we should.
Woefully MIA, but we will manage. So let's quite a few notes. So let's jump right in. And also, we should say, Roland, you've already played one game of this patch, correct?
Yes,
I've not played any of the patch.
I played, so we had the in-house ready to go, and it was a start game wasn't working. It was like, start game, and it's like out of date. And then I was like, watch, it's 7.02. And sure enough, it was 7.02. And we got started and noticed immediately within one game some pretty major changes that were really cool. I was playing Dire. Yeah. I will say I was on Dire as well. And we won.
Yeah, and I will say something we talked about a lot in like 7.0 and 7.01 as a thematic thing that we're going to see in patches going forward, and that this patch proves, as we'll see, is that Ice Frog is now using the talent system to balance heroes rather than give them direct changes. As we go through, you'll see there are very few like stat-specific or spell-specific changes, and almost all the changes are like minor alterations or changes on talents. So on that note, let's get into the general changes, which is completely aside from that last little comment. All right, so shrines are now vulnerable after a tier 3 tower dies, not all the tier 2 towers. So Roland, like you said, you just played a game in this.
So it says rather than
what did you think about it?
I thought it was really cool, but I guess I didn't understand it because I did read this before. So you can take all tier 2 towers and shrines are still invulnerable, I guess, rather than all tier 2 towers die. So you have to have at least one tier 3. Is basically what that's saying. But that's still easier in one lane. Okay.
Yeah,
exactly. I guess I misread that the first time.
Yeah, in typical patch notes fashion, is never perfectly clear. Yeah. But yeah, so you can just decide, all right, we're running a push strat, and just push all the way down bottom lane and then take shrines and get that influx of gold and deny that map control. I think it's nice. I don't think it, I honestly didn't have a problem with how it was before.
I did.
But
I did.
This is fine.
I did have an issue with it. And I like the change. I think it should be a tier 3 or all tier 2s though. Like rewarding you for going the long haul or rewarding you for going the shortcut. So I liked the fact that everybody knew that we've got to take all the tier 2s and then we could take the shrines. And once you did that, you basically seized control of the entire map, right? They had nowhere to teleport to. Now, if you decide like Drow Strat or some shit like that, you decide to run down a lane and take the tier 3. Well, I'm guessing the other lanes at least have tier 2s, if not tier 1s. And the shrines become like irrelevant for teleport spots because there's towers still standing. So I kind of liked the old way where you could literally, and I guess it's a fix because that's what made these games, as you know by playing Dota in 7.0 and 7.01, is that games would tend to go really long when you would push, take the tier 2s, take the shrines, and then there'd be like a sniper, and they just hold high ground forever. So I guess that does address this issue to a certain degree where, yeah, you can take the shrines after tier 3 dies, but that probably means that you don't have all other outer towers. So it gives them a chance. I think it'll actually make for shorter games, because I've had a lot of long games lately. I don't know about you, but I've had a lot of like 70, 80 minute games, and it's usually involving a sniper or something analogous to a sniper that can just sit there, high ground, shoot, and you can just never break high ground, but you literally strip all map control away from them. Eventually, you usually win in those circumstances, but it's drawn out and kind of boring, I would say.
See, but now you're forced to go high ground. Like, you still have that problem. I think
Yeah.
this actually might draw games out longer because, like, previously, basically what you do is once you took all those tier 2s, not only do you have all the money from taking, 6 towers, but then you also just basically by default go and claim your extra 1,000 or so gold for the team by getting each shrine. And now I think that you're forced to go high ground, which of course, as we all know, high ground is more difficult than tier 2s.
Yeah.
You're forced to go high ground, which means you are not going to be coming high ground with that extra influx of money from the shrines. You're going to have to go high ground first, kill a tier 3, and then go get shrines.
That's
also, strategically speaking, this is going to lead to some crazy plays potentially where you can now backstab people who are trying to high ground you because your shrines are by default going to be there
right behind them, which actually leads to it's going to lead to some cool especially when you're taking side lanes, whether that be off lane or safe lane, it actually will lead to cool. It'll allow the team to. I'm sure we'll see this in a pro game where pro team A is taking high ground, pro team B smokes TPs to their shrine and just fucking flanks the high ground.
Yeah,
which they would then have high ground yet again, but on the opposite side. Which is actually a really cool idea. This is actually, the more I think about it, it's really actually a cool change.
Yeah, it's a defensive buff, I think. I'm quite certain. But again, that's kind of thing, whenever we have these map changes or like overall game mechanic changes, that's kind of like, you can speculate as we are currently doing, but you really have to see it in action. But I do think it's going to lead to some cool plays where it's like, all right, we have 4 heroes defending high ground like they expect, and then we have like a Sand King that TP'd to our shrine and is now wrapping around and is going to ult or something. Yeah. Granted, this is now going to mean supports are going to want to have defensive wards.
And you can pincer now.
Like if you're pushing, let's say... Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so now I think if you're pushing, let's say your Radiant team pushing Dire tier 3 bottom lane, you are going to want to have a ward. If you're the Radiant, you're going to want to have a ward right on top of that little spire by the shrine so that you know, oh, hey, there's Sand King or there whatever TP'd there, and now he's wrapping around on us. So,
or just like a Tide Hunter.
I'm interested.
Like like a solo Tide Hunter TP's there, smoked, and then is like, all right, I'm in position. Like it never before have we seen it so easy to pincer. Whereas before you'd have to run all the way around from like mid lane, say, if we're talking like Dire's bot lane is being taken. This is actually really cool the more I think about it. And I can't wait. There's going to be some cool plays. We're going to see some cool shit from a small change. I'm excited.
And it makes pushing less formulaic, right? Now it's no longer, okay, take all tier 2s, take shrines. It's, okay, we got to take whatever, go high ground, and then get a shrine, and like, it's interesting. Anyway, moving on. Sentry wards now come in packs of 1 for 100 gold as opposed to, obviously, 2 for 200 gold. So they're not actually cheaper, but they are more effective. They're effectively cheaper.
They are. Well, they're not gold cheaper, but this allows for, instead of you buy observers and smoke and you buy sentries and dust or whatever, or you buy sentries and courier, it's going to allow for more dynamic supporting. It's also going to allow for, like, I'm a juggernaut. I'm dealing with a weaver as an offlane. Instead of this 200 gold investment, I only need 1 right now. And I already have my Aki on the courier. I'm going to buy 1 sentry ward. It's going to do a lot more for core roles, in my opinion, than it's going to do for support roles.
I think it does a bit for everybody. Yeah, that's for sure.
Well, and now as a support, you don't have to go so committal. You can just be like, all right, we'll go 1 sentry. Hopefully this is enough. Obviously, I can get more. Unlimited supply.
That's the thing that I really thought about, because like recently I played a Rubik game and I think I was against a Ricky. And it was one of those situations where I was having a hard time and I knew I needed to buy sentries. But at the same time, buying those sentries, I was like, boy, I have 250 gold right now. I should be buying sentries, but boy, do I want to win lace.
Yeah.
Whereas now I can, because I just had not gotten to that point before.
Mhm.
Whereas now it'll be more like, okay, well, it's just 100 gold, whatever. That's like 2 TP scrolls, and then you just buy one.
Yeah.
And also this means that if you have a single observer ward to deward, you're immediately getting the exact amount of money back that you spent on it, compared to seeing them ward and saying, all right, I have 180 gold right now. I'm gonna have to wait for the courier, then I'm gonna have to wait for this, and then I'm gonna have to spend 200, and maybe I'm not gonna use the second sentry. Like,
I mean, this is a huge.
It's a nice quality of life change.
It's a huge change, though. Like it is. It may seem small, but it has a huge impact on the game. And just like when observer wards were, I don't recall exactly what patch that was, but when observer wards were able to be purchased one at a time, it changed the dynamic. I mean, offlane, like, you know, a faceless void would buy his own offlane ward in some cases, you know, and I think we're going to see a lot more of that. I also had the same complaint back when they changed observer wards, where I was like, well, this is going to make people, you know, less willing to buy them, because, like, say Rubik always buys sentry wards to give to his offlane. Well, Rubik's just going to buy one now until his offlane you buy it. You're the one that needs it, you know, instead of giving him that 100 net worth right off the bat. So I think in lower MMRs it's going to hurt in a certain way, because people that are cores in lower MMRs are like, I'm a core, I don't buy support items, period. You buy 2 sentry wards, you give me one, and then you keep one for yourself. Now it's going to be, I'm not going to buy 2 and give you one. I only need to buy 1. So you may see a little bit of that, but I was pleasantly surprised where even with the observer wards being separate, you didn't see so much of that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, especially like as a mid player now. If it's like, okay, they have a mid Ricky, and like I know my supports aren't going to buy wards for me, I'll just get my 2 pooled tangos, my like Wraith Band or Null or whatever, and then I'll just buy 1 sentry for myself with starting gold. Like I think the starting gold implications are going to have some interesting builds, basically. Yeah. So, you know, for those times where it's like, okay, I buy wards, courier, a branch, tangos, salve, and 2 clarities. Now you can, instead of buying the salve, buy a sentry ward or whatever. Okay, so the next bit added Lycan CM, which we'll talk about when we get to Lycan. Satyr, Trickster, Purge Slow. This is the small little white guy that everybody dominates. From 100, 80, 60, 40, 20 over 5 seconds to 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. So just a nerf. Satyr, Purge
literally
is like
cut in half. It was way too good. You could leave one in, like, you could leave it in a spot and then just purge a guy as he walked past, and just like, okay, there he is, and he's way slow. This is huge,
and it wasn't like mana intensive, so you could cast like a whole lot of them with like one.
It wasn't cooldown intensive either. You could like do it, and then do it again, and then do it again, and then do it again, and especially with Dom making 425 move speed on anything you dominate. The HP, it just made that. And they're really the jungle's full of them. Those white creeps. They're in 2 different camps. They're in a hard camp and they're in a medium camp. So they're probably the least rare of any creep, and they were way too good. So this is it's a good change.
Totally. And in keeping in line with that nerf, HOD itself. HOTD got nerfed by 2 to all stats. So it used to give 6, now it gives 4 to all stats, which is a pretty, it's a 33% nerf, right? And now the creeps give a constant 125 gold bounty. It's not changed the XP bounty.
They have more health. They should.
It absolutely should. Yeah, so that's a nice little buff. I mean, HOD famously, that was like the item of the patch. I think it's still a pretty darn good item, but I think this is actually a pretty significant nerf, especially if you are like sacrificing creeps frequently, because like if you're sending creeps, every couple minutes, like that's a decent amount of money, right?
It's like half a kill. It's like half a kill easy. I think this is like almost a direct, like an indirect buff to Mirana. How easy is it to just blink down a creep with an arrow? I mean, your arrow now guarantees you 125 gold. So that's when I read that, I was like, Mirana's gonna love this.
She got some nice buffs. I'm looking forward to playing some Mirana. All right, so Shadow Walk, damage from Silver Edge reduced by 25. That's pretty insignificant. A little clunk of nerf, but people don't play that build anyway. Tome of Knowledge, additional XP per tome per used tome from 100 to 135. So 35 more XP per tome used,
which is huge.
Is not insignificant, but
it's huge. It's actually really big. So think of it this way: like 30 minutes, you have 3 tomes. I don't know, unfortunately, because I don't have it in front of me, how much a tome already gives, just a base level 10 tome, but you're getting an extra 100 experience from 7.01 to 7.02 at 30 minutes. If you buy the third tome. So, I mean, that will add up really, really quickly. I love that they're really accentuating experience, like making experience king, and like you want to buy these, and these aren't just for supports. These are to get that next thing for everybody.
Yes. So tome gives 500 XP gained, and now it's 500 plus 135 effectively every 10 minutes, right? So your second tome is going to be 635, and then 770, and etc.
Yeah.
So it's a nice little buff, but it is it's effectively
it's not
like
it's not like the Sentry Ward thing. It's not like the Sentry Ward thing, but it's
it's definitely not as good as the Sentry Ward.
It's well thought out. It's just so well thought out. It really is. I'm so impressed by this patch. I really am.
Yeah, it's one of those little incremental changes that you don't notice until you do. All right, blade mail damage return, no longer spell life steals off of return damage. So this is basically a direct nerf to Quap and Ember Spirit, and I think this
Alchemist
is very due. Alchemist.
This was stupid, especially the Queen of Pain. This was basically just to get rid of the Queen of Pain gimmick, in my opinion.
Yeah,
like you said. Yeah, it's so basically Queen of Pain. Any damage she took, I think, if it were how did it work exactly? Was it take a spell damage, right, from blade mail?
No, it's just any damage.
Why did it even return in the first place?
Honestly, I never understood the mechanic behind that entirely. I just know that when I was playing Quap, I was building blade mails because once you had Octarine and her spell, she has 70% spell lifesteal, something like that at level 25.
She could get
it was basically
95%.
Just making you impervious to damage.
It
was absurd. This is a nice little. It's like a very niche nerf that was very needed, right? It's just one of those things like clearly that was not intended, and now it's fixed. All right, so some more item changes. Dragonlance agility nerfed by 1, so it used to be 14, now it's 13. This is keeping in line with the Dragonlance nerfs over the course of whatever it is, ever since it came out. Seemingly every patch, they're just like, one less strength or one less agi. And, it's still a great item. This is not changing anything radically. It just means you're going to do 1 less damage if you are an agility hero.
It's just built so often that they have so much data on Dragonlance that this will, I'm sure, matter.
I mean, honestly, like they could nerf it to 10 agility and it would still be worth it.
Absolutely.
You don't buy it for the agi.
You buy it.
It is a Meepo nerf, I suppose.
Oh yeah, I mean it is a Meepo nerf, but not Meepo will still buy it. It's not like it's not like it's not so nerfed that Meepo's like, oh god, what do I fill my slots with now?
It's still super efficient. Anyway, so next item, Battle Fury Radius increased by 20. So it used to be 280, now it's 300, and Battle Fury Distance is up from 520 to 570. So basically this is a direct Battle Fury buff in the context of Battle Fury as a fighting item and in like its uses in team fights, and it's not really going to change anything about the fundamental problem with the item right now. Right? So people aren't building Battle Fury because Flash
does it already hit ranged before?
I believe so. Yeah, it does.
So I guess it depends on orientation of creep. So small buff to farming, but mostly, I agree with you. Buff to fighting.
Like flash farming is just so weak right now because of the jungle changes that it's just that's the fundamental issue with Battle Fury is like you don't want to spend like 4,500-ish gold on something and then not be able to utilize it because you killed things too fast. It's like buying lifesteal on a hero like PA who's like, okay, I have lifesteal, but I killed the person in 1 shot, so I actually get nothing from this, right? Same thing, like Battle Fury, if you're not able to take advantage of it because you're killing things too fast, who cares? All right. But that is, a nice buff, I suppose.
I think they're just like, no, guys, Battle Fury is still good. Battle Fury is still good. Don't just buy Maelstrom all the time. Battle Fury is good. Yeah.
But alas, we
Yeah.
will still be buying Maelstrom. And also, Maelstrom didn't get touched this patch. I was very surprised with that. Anyway,
Spoilers.
Bloodthorn cooldown increased from 11 to 13. So, nice little Bloodthorn nerf. Bloodthorn's still like god tier, and Daedalus still sucks. So, you know. Solar Crest armor from 10 to 12. Same for transferring to ally enemy. So, nice little Solar Crest buff. People really don't build Solar Crest. Like, that's just not an item. Granted, like, it's not... The heroes that build it are not popular. Like Visage is not popular, although maybe he will be after this patch. And like Dazzle, you build so many other items in like higher priority.
I see it on Venge occasionally.
Yeah.
People like to double up, if that makes sense. Like Venge has an ability that decreases armor, so I'm gonna get an item that decreases armor. Yeah, or like Doom has this thing that does AoE burning damage, so I'm gonna build a Radiance on Doom. Like, there's so many examples of this, except for like I guess Blink Dagger on Quap or Anti-Mage, which I'm surprised people like don't do because they just love that double up. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. So Sange maim chance increased by 6%. And Sage and Yasha maim chance increased by 5% overall. So nice little buff to a very underused item.
Yeah.
I mean, Sage's real issue is that people build tons of mantas. So if they buy a Yasha, they're not going to build a Sage. And the maim also sucks on ranged heroes, obviously. But the big thing about it is that Heaven's Halberd is just like a garbage, like absolutely terrible item. That being said, let's look at the Heaven's Halberd change. Maim chance increased by 11%, so now it's 35% to mirror S and Y's maim chance. And the cooldown reduced by 8 seconds, so now it's down to 22 seconds cooldown. Halberd is still pretty terrible.
If you if you start a fight with a Halberd, you can probably Halberd twice in a fight, maybe. Like if you like the fight breaks out, the Alchemist jumps on you and you Halberd him. And then you go on fighting whatever, and you might like be able to halberd like the Wraith King as he resurrects or something like that. This item is not garbage. This item is niche. This item has changed games for me when it's like, oh, I don't know what to do. This Alchemist has, I'm pretty sure he's maxed his base attack time because he has a Moon Shard, and he's also consumed a Moon Shard, and then he can't attack anymore. That's actually huge. It's a niche item. I agree with you, and they're trying to herd people into buying Sange and Halberd, but I mean, I think Halberd will be bought more, but maybe I don't know. I still don't think it's I think it's very situational. Even though there's a lot of right clicking heroes, it's just there's better things to deal with it.
Yeah, I mean like
Hurricane
build
Pike.
a scythe. How about that?
Or if you're ranged, Hurricane Pike could get him away from you, and that gives you a lot of stats and stuff.
Halberd, I find, kind of like a lot of heroes and items and skills and such, is very good in theory. And when I hear people, they're like, oh, I'm going to build a Halberd because there's a troll warlord and I want to disarm him. I'm like, oh boy, that sounds like a good idea. And then in practice, it's like, oh boy, that Halberd, it still didn't get used. He's like, oh yeah, because I got killed. It's like, well, you got killed because you built that item instead of something else. Like Halberd just doesn't pan out as far as I've seen in my games just in general. Also, it is like Halberd is super. It's only core on like a couple of heroes, and those heroes aren't super popular, right? Like it's core on Huskar, and even that is debatable. But like it's popular on Huskar at least,
and it's because he has a great delivery system for it. I mean, the reason I think it's great, so great on Huskar is just, I mean, an increase in range on Halberd would be a lot better than this maim chance and this cooldown. Because, I mean, Huskar, life breaks you. He's all of a sudden on top of you. You can't fight him back, and he burns you to a crisp. So that's the real issue with the item.
So, keeping with last patch's changes, Regen Rune now has the same Dispel rules as Healing Salve, and similarly, Aegis Expiration buff has also works like Healing Salve. So this is just a quality of life change. I cannot tell you the amount of times that I'm like, now that I'm getting lulled into a false sense of security with like salves and clarities and all that, I've lost many regen runes where it's like, what do you mean it's gone? Like I got hit by one range creep. So this is a nice little buff. It also really helps if you are one of those heroes like Storm Spirit, let's say.
I was just about to say
Storm Spirit. Now you can have your regen rune running. and you can
take
kill
the
the
whole
entire
jungle
creep wave with your remnants.
You can take an entire jungle with a regen rune if you're smart about like zipping or something when you're getting close to full mana.
God, just thinking about it is disgusting.
Yeah, this is going to be it's already a great rune on Storm Spirit, but I feel like they should say with the exception of Storm Spirit, because can you imagine just zip to a camp? You already do a bunch of damage from zipping to the camp. Throw down everything you've got, zip to the other camp. Like Storm will benefit hugely from this. Who else would benefit?
I hadn't thought about that when I first read this change, and now I kind of want this change to be reverted.
Yeah,
freaking Storm Spirit players, dude.
Yeah,
it'll be nice. Zeus, that'd be one of them, but generally he's so far away. Basically, anybody that like what's a good example of like a melee hero that is going to need something like this? Because it's more applicable in the cases of people that are like actually taking damage and farming. It's really just a farming accelerator, right, for people with regen runes. Like that's all it is. So if you're playing,
the stupid range creep hits you as you pop your regen, and you're like, God damn it! Like that's also like what they're thinking. I think really Storm Spirit, maybe Lena to a certain degree. If Lena gets it, she has fast move speed. She can just constantly be casting spells between Light Strike Array and Dragon's whatever her
Dragon
Q
Slave.
is. Dragon Slave. And just blast down like 3 camps and still end up being at full health, full mana.
Yeah. I mean, other heroes I'm just looking right now, like it's going to be real handy on like Juggernaut or Slark. Like Slark, you can actually, I believe
Slark would just regen too fast.
Take it off. Yeah, other than that, like Ember Spirit, for instance, like he takes creep waves with his shield up, right? And so before he couldn't do it, now he can. So nice little. It's mostly just a quality of life thing, honestly. Yeah. Like a lot of these smaller changes, that's exactly what they're for. Like it just makes an item work like it should, or an ability, or whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
Did we get Aegis Expiration? That's also nice. I don't know if any of you have like not timed your Aegis and you're farming a camp and you're at like half health, and then you hear the sound, but it does nothing because you got hit by a creep because you're farming and you lost your Aegis, but no longer. So Aegis is going to be extra great on Storm Spirit. The second he hears that pop, he's just going to zip and take the entire jungle as well, yet again.
God, as much as like 7.01 was just us complaining about Luna on every podcast, if Storm Spirit becomes like the thing again, like he's already like a perfectly viable good hero.
Yeah.
That like Gorgon had a speech about how how Storm is just like the hero that he hates most in Dota, and I don't think anything has ever convinced me to hate something more quickly. Like the hero, his capabilities are they're crazy. Fundamentally,
it's crazy, and
unlike anybody else in the entire game. Like
I hated him too.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely absurd.
But it's like I don't know, if you're a drug user, you're like, no, drugs are cool, dude. What are you talking about? Like, drugs are awesome. And they're like, no, drugs are bad. And it's like, no, drugs are great. Like, I use drugs. Like, that's kind of the same thing as, wow, what a sound clip. If they take that. Wow, I use, but with Storm, it's so much fun to play. And that's why I love Storm Spirit is I don't love going against it. I'll tell you that much. Do I think it's bullshit? Yeah. Do I think that this hero, especially in this skirmishy meta, is way too good and has always been way too good? And even after being nerfed, people were like, "No, that hero sucks." But then they started playing it and they're like, "No, this hero's good." It's the ability to be invulnerable and get away. The ability to farm as quickly as he can, the ability to snowball the way that Storm Spirits can, it's unmatched by any other hero, for sure.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
All right. So the next change, which I'm actually just texting out right now, is the fact that Observer Wards now have a Fog of War simulator to show you the area the ward will reveal. So effectively, this just makes it so you don't have to play that guessing game regarding ward vision anymore. You know exactly what it's going to be at. It shows it in blue, so if you're colorblind, that's unfortunate. But it's great. Like, I mean,
usually you can see that if you're colorblind. You can usually tell.
Isn't blue like one of the more
It's
common
red green.
colors.
Red green is usually.
Oh, yeah, red green.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So
I have
it's,
terrible vision.
it's
but not
glitching
color
right
blindness.
now. It's glitching right now. The game. This is something that we noticed. I don't know why, but it kept showing. It showed the blue a bunch of times, even though I wasn't placing wards. It's pretty cool. I'll say that much. Like the glitch showed basically the function of it. It's going to. It's one of those things like when they showed neutral spawn boxes and stuff like that, where like people who had played a long time were like, fuck that. That's lame. We don't need that. We already know. That they'll complain about it, but new players will really appreciate it, and eventually people who've played the game a long time will be like, all right, whatever. Like that type thing.
Yeah.
So
it honestly, like, I mean, I'm just playing around with it right now, and I am in love. Like, I mean, obviously, I've played the game for a long time. I've been a support player for a long time, but there was always, like, especially if you're doing unorthodox wards, there's always, like, an X factor of being like, I really don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure this is going to give me good vision. So this is going to help out if you're making those, like, little uncommon ward spots. So definitely a nice quality of life change. All right. So
I
next,
don't understand this fully. This next one.
What?
The tower.
Added more trees for TP cover around dire towers.
Oh, sorry,
So
no, not that.
I'm looking at the map.
Not that. Well, you
okay.
missed the towers no longer attack neutral team units and the following abilities. So does that mean if I HOTD something, I can just throw it on a tower and the tower will never attack it?
No. So it means
neutral team units.
So like neutral camps. So you can't.
Oh my god. Okay. Gotcha. Never mind. Okay,
so
I read that so wrong.
Like,
I read that as like I have a neutral in my team as an HOTD, and so that's why they're worth 125 gold, and the circle completes itself. Okay, I understand. So
yeah, like because
you could pull that bottom camp on Radiant into the tower and it would attack. Yes. I get it. Yeah. Exactly. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, so that's gone, thank God. And not a common thing, but that was a handy little trick that is now gone.
Yeah.
Falling abilities now cause that doesn't matter. Added more TPs or more trees for TP cover around the dire towers. Again, something you'll get used to. I was just playing around and honestly, I barely noticed it. Swap the dire secondary jungle. Okay.
Not noticeable. Sorry, I just want to look at this. Okay, so actually it is pretty noticeable, Ursi. If you look at, and for everybody, I know this doesn't help at all, but the dire offlane tower, there is a way that you can now teleport in without being seen.
For top dire tier 2.
For bot dire tier 1, you can TP and not be seen now.
Yeah, that's true too.
Which is actually honestly, huge. You couldn't do that before.
One for top dire tier 2, I think that one's honestly more significant.
Oh yeah, top dire tier 2 as well.
I agree.
Like there's
ironic.
Yeah,
ironically, those were the two that I didn't look at first, and I was like, "Oh, this is stupid."
And dire safe lane.
Dire tier.
And dire tier 1 safe lane. You can also TP in without being seen. So this is
pretty nice.
This is actually really cool. Mid is the same. Mid you can hide on Radiant. Mid you can maybe hide yourself behind one tree. I'm not positive. But it's maybe. But it looks like they made it super subtle. I'll say that much. It's extremely subtle, but it's cool.
Yeah. The tier 2s are honestly the significant ones that you'll actually notice the difference in. But that is nice. There was like in the many elements of Radiant Advantage, that was one that I had not thought of, but actually makes sense now that we see it in perspective. All right. So swap the dire secondary jungle ancients and medium camp spots. So basically now we're talking about the dire by the bounty rune by bottom lane. The camp that was close to tier 1 mid that used to be ancients is now a medium camp, and the camp that was ancients a long time ago is now ancients again. So the effective difference here is that you have a better time if you're playing like TA or some other stacking mid to walk over and stack your ancients again like you used to,
Acid Spray Alchemist. Acid Spray Alchemist, yes. My friend. Yep.
Or like Magnus, another good example. So any of those heroes are helped by this. Although Magnus could have stacked the ancients the other way, and they
actually easier.
Like the but the thing is, like the leash range, or the pathing basically was always awkward for those high ground ones when they walk low ground. So and also now you don't have to expend mana. But yeah, so this is just like a nice little change for those kind of heroes, and it kind of matches the old map. And the old map, as far as stacking ancients wise, was very well balanced, I think, obviously.
Yeah.
So going back to that, basically, they also changed the dire ward spot to the left of the ancients. No longer gives vision over the ruin area in front of Roshan. And the spawn box size for both dire hard camps is now smaller, so that means they're easier to stack. The spawn boxes for the ancients are also smaller, so basically stacking is easier for dire. And
good. I mean, anything that's easier for dire is good right now. Anything that gives dire an easier time is good.
Absolutely. So though all the map changes, honestly, like, you know, you'll figure it out when you play. It's kind of hard to talk about.
Yeah.
All right. So now getting to hero changes. A lot of these, so I'll say I've read all of these, and I think the themes that we should be looking out for is like talked about earlier, most of the talent changes are
it's like all talent. My first page is all talent.
Yeah, it's almost all talent changes.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, there's a few exceptions. There will be, it's pretty much all talents. And then the other big thing is that there's a lot of the plus blank percentage XP gain are now all getting increased across the board because people weren't picking them. And so that's one thing to look out for, and one thing that I think has very interesting implications for those talents.
Well, it's just
they sucked.
It's all about XP. We've had this huge shift to XP matters, guys. Experience matters a lot now, which is why heroes like Lich can do so well, and why I had such a good time spamming him. But yeah, let's start with Abaddon.
Yes,
or Abaddon.
All right, so
I'm trying to train myself to say Abaddon because I know that is how you correctly pronounce it. It is Abaddon. It is not Abaddon. Abaddon. Let's go ahead.
Abaddon. See, this is one of those things where like you bring that up and I was like, I don't know which way I call him.
You say Abaddon. You say Abaddon. You say Abaddon.
Abaddon.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm sure like I flip flop. I'm sure, but anyway. So Abaddon also a good example. Abaddon is a quite level dependent hero, and that's why he has these XP gain talents. He has a 20% XP gain talent at level 10.
Two really good talents. I mean, Curse and Shield are super good. The heal is nice. Obviously the higher level it is, the more you can suicide is the way I look at it, and the more you can heal during borrowed time. Well, it's easier to suicide when you do more damage to yourself, right?
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I don't know. That's the way I looked at it. Yeah, just a 5% increase, but hey, that's a 25% increase overall in his experience gain from his level 10 talent.
Yeah.
I said that in a super confusing way.
Here, yeah. Also, 33%, right? But anyway. It's just a nice little quality of life change, and I think what we'll see going forward with these XP gain talents, which fortunately are very linear and easy to understand, so we don't have to talk about them ad nauseum. But it's all about these heroes that are very dependent on their levels, and they have like 3 abilities that they want to have at level 4, or they have those hard decisions to make. So, Abaddon, that's the start. Alchemist, level 15 talent. It used to be 50 move speed, now it's plus 80 unstable concoction damage. At level 25, his talent has also changed, and it used to give -4 additional acid spray armor, and now it gives -5. So essentially, I feel like to look at any of these, you really have to have the alternate talent looked up also.
Yeah. I wish it would have just been on here like it used to be, and now it is. I guess they did that from. They have a bunch of froms. Never mind. They have froms. You're looking at the alternative talent to pick, is what you're saying.
Yeah, the alternative talent, right?
Okay.
Yes. So his alternative is 30% lifesteal, as opposed to -5 acid spray armor. And if we look at, I'm not going to do this for all the heroes.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Oh my god, you have to have like 2 pages open.
So, actually, ironically, the minus acid spray armor, even when it was back at 4, had a 2% higher win rate, but lifesteal was picked 88.3% of the time. So
it's because
I think they're just saying, "Hey, this is good."
It's like It's like whoa! Like I hit all the time. Like I'm like ching 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 ching. That's gonna be so good if I get lifesteal. When in all reality, negative armor means you're just gonna do that much more damage, and you won't need the lifesteal because you'll kill them.
Yes.
So, yeah.
It's harder to high ground it.
What I love about this the level 15 talent, the move speed to 80 damage on unstable concoction, I feel like that's just like Ice Frog saying, hey, lower level people, this is a spell that Alchemist has that doesn't have anything to do with getting gold, and you should use it. Because there have been, I mean, in lower level Alchemist games, you just are like, dude, like, use it. Use your W. It's a stun. Like, it's a really, really good stun. And I think, I mean, obviously the big drawback to it is that you can see on top of his head when it's going to backfire on him. Does that also mean if you take this, you're going to take an additional 80 damage as Alchemist if you don't throw the stun?
It appears that way.
Okay, so this is a little bit of a brittle. It's brittle. Be careful with the power that you're granted.
Yeah, the alternative to that is +6 all stats, and I'd honestly pick all the stats over it regardless. But it is nice, especially for the long gone support Alchemist. Having unstable concoction, granted it's at level 15, so it's not super applicable. Like 80 damage at level 15 is so like
it's not a lot. I mean,
negligible.
Level 1 Stormhammer to level 2 Stormhammer on Sven is 75 damage. So it's like or 70 damage, I think. 100 to 170. So.
All right. So continuing on, Ancient Apparition +5 additional health regen to his level 15 talent, which is a nice I mean, it was already 25 health regen and now it's 30, right? So if you were picking it before, like, it's not a tremendous difference, I suppose, right? No. It's a 20% difference. Oh, God, all these numbers. I'm gonna get killed.
Don't even do percentages. Just be like, it increased this much. Yeah. We're gonna get bogged down by your mental math.
But the thing about it, right, is that a lot of changes basically to me are changes where if I was already picking this talent, it's now a little better, but it's not going to change whether I pick the talent or not. Yeah. In a lot of cases. So like this one, if I was already picking 25 health regen, sure, I'll be happy with 30. But I don't think that's going to drastically change me being like, oh boy, would I have picked whatever the alternate is over? But no, oh boy, now it's 5 extra regen, whatever. All right, level 15 alternate talent is now -1 second Ice Vortex cooldown as opposed to intelligence. So
15
basically
intelligence too. Damn.
Well, I mean, Ice Vortex is a god tier ability.
It is a god tier ability.
It is very underutilized.
It's underutilized.
The thing about it,
I agree.
Perch had, I think it was Perch. He was talking about AA, and he likes the kind of fighting AA builds where you don't just like sit in base with like Midas and Ags and try to kill people with ults. And Ice Vortex is like a very, very good skill. And it already had a very low cooldown. So another additional second off that cooldown is pretty darn handy. I'll say that much. So maybe this will make that just a little bit better.
And I guess you don't need a bunch of int. So. You don't need a bunch of int on AA.
No, you really don't.
Yeah. So.
All right, and then you had a minor respawn time change. 5 seconds less respawn time at level 20 from that talent. Whatever. It's not tremendously different. Anti-Mage, level 10 talent. It used to be +6 strength. Now it's 150 health, so it's effectively a 30 health increase. And that's nice. I mean, whatever. It means if you're rushing Battle Fury and you don't have Vanguard, you have 30 extra health to play with.
Here's something to think about, though. Strength directly correlates with how much you regen as well. So the more strength you have, the more regen you're getting, right? 150 health is, so them changing it from strength to health is actually going to hurt in a way, right? Am I saying this right?
Not the more strength,
the more strength you have, the more you're going to regen. Okay, never mind.
It's so insignificant.
It is super
like
insignificant.
6. I mean, it does add, but it adds 0.03 health regen per point of strength.
So you're missing.
So that is
you're missing
0.18 HP regen.
Yeah, not a huge deal.
So negligible. But I do like more health. Level 15 talent is now -1 second blink cooldown,
which is
huge.
Which
is in place of the fact that his level 25 talent is no longer -2 seconds blink cooldown, and it's now -50 seconds mana void cooldown.
That's so cool.
And of course, you always have the.
That is so cool.
It's interesting to me. But the thing about it is, like, -2 seconds blink cooldown, people were doing. I know Envy was doing it, at least in a couple games I saw, where at like 6 slotted or 7 slotted, whatever you want to call it, level 25 AM, they would just drop their boots or like put them in their backpack because they would they would have that blink cooldown talent and just be blinking everywhere.
Yeah.
So now that's a little worse, right? Because you only have 1 second less blink cooldown, but you could do it earlier. And also, like, it just, I mean, it's mobility.
Dude,
right?
I can mana
like,
void
mobility...
twice in a fight. I can now mana void twice in a fight. Like, that is insane. Like, say I'm going up against Skywrath Pugna. Like, okay, whatever. I will take the 1 second extra blink cooldown so that I can mana void Pugna and then however long after mana void Skywrath. Or you can start a fight with a mana void and end a fight with a mana void. And that is AoE damage. That's going to make Anti-Mage be more relevant in late game. Because, like, Anti-Mage gets to this point where he's 6-slotted. He uses his mana void. And it either is huge or it isn't. Now he's going to get, like, a second chance. You know what I mean? Now he's gonna have a second chance to... And he'll be able to do it, like I said, as the fight is transpiring, opposed to either at the end of the fight or at the start of the fight. He'll be able to do it during, which is cool. I really like that. I'm going to play.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan. I think, just to blanket, I would say this is a buff to Anti-Mage.
Yeah,
however minuscule it is. Because some of these changes really are, like, it's a little hard to tell whether it's a buff or a nerf. So maybe I'll try to summarize things as buff or nerf. Anyway, Arc Warden, level 10 talent. It used to be 125 health. Now it's plus 20 flux DPS,
Huge.
Which is effectively plus 40 considering you have 2. There are 2 Arc Wardens.
Arc Wardens. The flux was already so fucking good. It just got way better.
Yeah, boy, mid lane. And granted, you hit 10 at the end of laning phase, but boy, mid lane against Flux Arc Warden is not fun.
No.
Level 15 talent. It used to be plus 8 strength. Now it's just plus 200 health, so it's a 40 health increase. Which is 2 nice little buffs, and both again are going to apply not only to Arc Warden but to his, copy. It's not an illusion, but it's a lot like an illusion. So this is just straightforward an Arc Warden buff.
Yeah, no, definitely straightforward Arc Warden buff. All right, Axe.
Yep, Axe. 5 extra movement speed.
5 extra movement speed. Moving on. Bane.
Yes. Bane, so no longer plus movement speed. Now he has 75 enfeebled damage reduction at level 20, which is a ton. Enfeeble's already godly.
What is max
and then
enfeeble?
At level 25.
Can we look that up? How much damage is he taking off with that plus 75 now? Because that is fucking enormous.
Enfeeble reduces by 120 damage and is not purgeable. So now, if you have that talent, that means 195 damage reduction.
Wow. Okay.
Right off the top.
I mean, that's gonna hurt
level 20.
That's gonna hurt Juggernauts. That's gonna hurt your fast right clickers, right? In a huge way.
Hero.
Yeah, Bane is already a good hero.
And so now at level 25, which of course is harder to get to, and I believe he does have a talent for XP. Yeah, he has a 25% XP gain talent at 15, so you can get these pretty quickly. 25 now, he has the option to get 75 additional movement speed at level 25.
Already one of the fastest heroes in the game, I believe. Starts out as tied for fastest, I believe, Bane.
I don't. He is 310, which is quite fast. But
there's some 315s. I think there's some 315s out there that start with 315 movement speed.
Luna has 335. Enchantress has like 335 also, I think.
Oh, damn. Okay, I thought Bane was one of the fastest heroes. My mistake. Still a fast
Enchantress
support.
also has 335. He's fast. He's fast. And he needs it to get Nightmare off. But yeah, so he's moving at, potentially close to like 475 move speed after boots and all that. Like, he's a fast boy. If you pick it, of course. Batrider, level 25 or level 15 talent plus 25 strength, health, insignificant. I mean, it's a buff, whatever. Beastmaster, level 10 talent plus 5% XP gain on that to up to 20% XP gain, which is a nice little quality of life change. Level 15 talent minus 5 seconds more respawn time. God, what an awkward thing to phrase.
Yeah.
Level 20 talent plus 300 health is now plus 350 health, and level 25 talent plus 175 wild action damage is now plus 250 wild axes damage. So these are just all across the board buffs to Beastmaster.
Small little buffs.
I think, the thing about it is, like, again, these XP gain talents are I really have to play around with them, right? Because like Purge was swearing by them, but I also kind of hate them. Previously, I played a few games with them, so I think Beastmaster is another good example of a hero that like this could really help, right? Like 20% extra XP is, I just imagine every level is 20% less, like a fifth less.
Yeah.
Like it's something. And Wild Axe's damage is wild good now. Like 175 extra was already good, but level 25, like it's no longer insignificant.
Yeah,
this is
like,
granted it's only 75, but it's
huge. I mean, that's still like that's better than 150. I mean,
yeah, yeah, it adds up,
or 175,
and it applies to all the axes. It adds up. All right, Bloodseeker, level 10 talent. Used to be plus 5 armor, now it's plus 200 health. Level 15 talent, plus 250 health is now plus 75 blood right damage, so it's basically flip-flopping the health. Then level 20 talent used to be minus 30 seconds respawn time. Now it's plus 14% rupture damage.
Which is
so
big.
Rupture, like that, when I
That's
read
big.
that, I was like disgusted.
Yeah.
Like also because at level 20, people are now thinking like, oh, Rupture's negligible. Or at least they think about it less. Because like, oh, I have 2,500 health. I'll be okay. But you're not going to be okay at all.
Ags Bloodseeker. Ugh. I know like it's not mainstream to get Ags, but the Bloodseekers that do. Ugh. That's not going to be fun.
I'm a big fan of it. Yeah.
It's
a Gushi buff right there.
Oh, man.
Bounty Hunter. Scepter. Scepter now increases Shuriken toss mini stun duration from 0.1 to 0.75. So, were people buying this item on?
If they were, apparently it needed to be nerfed.
This is a buff. Oh no, this is a nerf.
0.75.
You're right.
Yeah, it's a nerf. But
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Level 10 talent plus 5% extra additional XP gain. Level 20 talent plus 20 extra damage. Level 20 talent, the alternative is now plus 75 shuriken toss damage as opposed to 8% spell amp. So I think they realized that people were just amping up shuriken toss anyway. Although now Dagon is worse on Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
And level 25 talent plus 25 is now plus 25% evasion. So across the board, Bounty Hunter buffs, I would say. And it's also people were talking about the meme build, like the getting to level 25 fast, and especially if you have XP gain talent, and getting like Deso Battle Fury or something like that because of that plus 120 damage talent, and then his level 25 talent. Maybe that's clearly a bit better, but I mean, I don't know how super applicable that is.
Yeah.
Brewmaster also got buffs to everything, really. Fire Spirit now has phasing movement,
which
level
is really
10
nice.
Talent is now plus 30 attack speed.
I mean, that's the best spirit.
I
mean, maybe not the best spirit. The Sun Spirit's good. They're all good spirits, but now you can run somebody down with your Fire Spirit while keeping your Earth Spirit, Brewmaster Spirit in a safe distance. So you can run somebody down and kill them with phase movement. Because the big problem with Brewmaster was that Fire Spirit would just get so blocked by everything. Now he's just going to be like, fuck you guys, I'm chasing the Crystal Maiden. So that's actually pretty cool.
So now he has plus 5 additional attack speed at level 10 talent. At 15, he now has plus 75 thunderclap damage as opposed to plus 20 movement speed. At level 20, he now has 10 less seconds of respawn time on that talent. And at level 25 now has 6 additional armor on the Primal Split unit armor talent. So essentially this is just making... I really like the Battle Brewmaster build, like in theory. I've not played it, to be honest. But with this like attack speed talent and some of his other talents synergize well, I do like the idea of playing this like fighting Brewmaster where you fight and then when you're almost going to die or when the fight's petering out, then you ult as like a safety after you've done all your physical damage. So maybe that's going to be even better. But honestly, I've only seen like 2 games of Brewmaster this patch, and
I just played with
the jury's out on that one.
My first game of 7.02 involved a Brewmaster on my team.
Yeah, how was it? Was it exciting?
I hadn't read this yet. We won, but I'm sure that whoever was playing it was like, wow, this is cool. I doubt they noticed the phase move, because that's kind of something that until you know it works that way, you're probably not going to utilize it that way. But as far as like the thunderclap damage, I'm sure that's a talent he picked. And the respawn time, I don't know the alternative. I don't really care to know though. You'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, boy, if we wanted to make like a 5-hour long podcast, we talk about all the alternatives, but
Yeah.
that's not what we're gonna do.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Bristleback, he got some changes. Quill spray max damage increased by 100 points. Viscous nasal goo scepter range increased by 50, up to 750 range. So that's pretty darn large, although nobody buys his Ags as far as I've seen. Level 15 talent used to be movement speed. Now it's +4 max goo stacks. Level 20 talent used to be it is respawn time. It's now up to 35 seconds less respawn time. I'm never gonna find a good way to like appealingly word the changes to respawn time. Level 25 talent used to be +4 max goo stacks and now is +20 quill stack damage, which
huge.
is why we had that first change to him. Yeah, these things really add up. I don't honestly think max goo stacks are something that you get on a regular enough basis to
Roshan.
really be choosing max. Oh, that's true, Roshan. And I guess maybe if you do buy Ags now, you can just be stacking on everybody. Yeah. I guess.
Bristleback's gonna make Roshan super easy. Super easy. I mean,
because each stack is minus armor. Oh boy. Yeah, Bristleback, what a hero. And the Sanjin Yasha buff, he's one of the few heroes that actually buy Sanjin Yasha. Yeah. Like, this could be something. Yeah. Broodmother, level 10 talent is now plus 25% XP gain. Level 10 alternative is plus 60 spiderling damage, or spawn spiderling damage. So that's on the actual cast of the ability.
Which is already a good nuke, that will which is already a huge nuke. So 60 more damage on that is insane. And that means you're going to blast a creep down easier, because as everybody who's played Broodmother knows, you have to get the killing blow. You don't have to get the killing blow, but you have to kill the thing that you infested with spiders within like 2 seconds or 1.5 seconds or something like that. So this will give you more spiders. And sorry, go on. I love Broodmother. I'm just a huge fan of Broodmother. I wish Broodmother was meta. I miss Vega.
I actually really like.
I miss Vega at ESL 1 New York, where we met for the first time when Broodmother was in vogue. For sure. I miss
boy, that was wild. That was Mag's Broodmother, if I remember correctly.
It was Mag's Broodmother that he talked to this like 7K Broodmother that only played Broodmother, and he got a lot of his inspiration from this like Broodmother pub star. It was that was like what, 2015? That's crazy.
Yeah, as a Broodmother. Broodmother's hero is kind of like Nagasai or anything like that. Like, I like playing Broodmother, but boy, playing against Broodmother, the classic 5th pick Broodmother, it's just miserable.
Yeah.
So especially coming from a support player.
Yeah.
That's the jury's out on that one. That's close. Level 15 talent is now plus 250 health as opposed to plus 7 armor. So I think it's a nerf to the like super core fighting, like if you're trying to fight a melee core, but it's also helpful if you're playing that split push, because that's normally like if you're getting killed as a split pushing brood, it's from like burst magic damage and stuff like that. So that extra health is going to help more, but in these prolonged fights it will make her a little bit weaker.
Well, you're always full health on Broodmother, because when you're under webs and you're invisible, you're regenerating so quickly. So yeah, exactly like you said, you'll get burst. You won't just go from 100 to 0 like as quickly. So that's helpful.
Level 20 talent used to be 300 health, and now it's plus 8 spiders attack damage. So every single spider is going to be doing plus 8 additional attack damage.
And I can't tell you how big that is.
That's pretty sick.
I mean, I don't know if there is a max on how many spiders you can get. I've never really known the answer to that. But I know that I've had a sizable amount of spiders. I've probably had 30 to 50 spiders. Say I have 50 spiders attacking you once, and say they did 0 damage, now they do 8. I just hit you for 400 damage. You know what I mean? Like it's huge.
More importantly, this makes the spiders more. I was going to say more better. Makes the spiders better at killing towers and stuff like that. Like this. Like 8 damage on a hero in one fight is not a tremendous difference per spider, but 8 damage on every single spider applied over multiple waves of spiders that you're throwing at a tower. Granted, it's a level 20, but
it's a little late for really towers. Is what I'm going to say. Like you said, it's going to be great for towers. I guess, high ground sieges, it'll be better. Like you can just be like, all right, I've got a huge brood, just like, bam, throw them on there. I would have rather seen, like, instead of attack damage, though, like, spiders have more health or something like that, because the issue is like a Crystal Nova or a Sleight of Fist or like fissure, even not even an echo slam. Like you find that all your spiders die so quickly.
That's the
But
level
whatever.
25 talent. I'm actually just
Oh,
looking at Brood now. So the alternative at, let's see, I want to make sure I'm saying this right. So the alternative at level 20 is either plus 50 attack speed on Brood or plus 8 damage per spider. And then at level 25, you get to pick either max webs plus 8 or 200 extra spiders health.
whoa.
And now keep in mind, you can get the 25% XP gain at 10.
Yeah.
And like Brood just consumes so much
And
off
you
the
get
map
a
that you
Midas
can
on-
actually really...
You get a Midas on Brood. That's been a thing for a long time because you have such an early spike, like in the first 10 minutes, that it is so easy to get a Midas on Brood, and the Midas kind of keeps you relevant throughout the game. So you have the Midas experience plus the plus 25% XP gain. Maybe it won't be that hard.
Yeah.
I mean, at least I get Midas on
some people
Brood.
go Midas. I like to get Midas on Brood, but Orchid is just like too good now.
Orchid is really good.
I feel like I'm just looking
get
at
both.
it, and like there's a few 5k plus people that build Midas on Brood, but it's few and far between. Mostly it's just like I want to get my Orchid by like 12 minutes.
Yeah.
But either way, like it's definitely a nice fundamental change to a hero with an overall 39% win rate.
Yeah.
So yeah, nice stuff.
Necessary
Centaur,
change.
level 10 talent, 5 plus 5 additional attack damage. Who
Moving
cares?
on.
Chaos Knight.
Yeah.
So basically, Chaos Knight's changes to his talents are just buffs to the support Chaos Knight or the offlane Chaos Knight. It's plus 1 intelligence for his level 10 talent and plus 5 move speed for his level 15 talent.
Moving on. Like,
Yeah.
that's how I feel
Not
about
tremendous
that.
bits, but nice little bits.
If you want to talk about it, I didn't mean to like move. If you want to talk about support Chaos
No.
Knight, that's fine. It's just like that is
I haven't
just so
played it,
freaking
but I've
negligible.
seen it. And
I've seen it too.
It's something.
I've seen people call it support Chaos Knight when really it's like, no,
Yeah,
you're
it's
just
really
in a
not.
different lane. Like, I feel like in order to truly call yourself support Chaos Knight, I want to see drums. I want to see ags. I want to see you buying wards. I want to see tranquils. Like, that's like...
Yeah, Tranquil Soul Ring.
Yeah, Tranquil's Soul Ring, drums, ags. Like, if you want to call yourself a support Chaos Knight, you get those items. Windlace. Like, you don't get, like,
Yeah.
I'm a support Chaos Knight, but I still had a heart, and I still had an armlet, but at the very end, right as we were throning, I bought an ags, and I turned our CM. I totally, made, like, 10 CMs, so I'm a support
Yeah.
Chaos Knight. Like, no, you're still just a Chaos Knight, a displaced Chaos Knight. Anyway, Chen.
Yes. Chen, level 10 talent plus 10 additional movement speed on that. Level 15 talent used to be 25% spell amp. Now it's 10 seconds less test of faith cooldown.
Wow.
And level
He's a
15 talent
nuker.
alternative.
He's a fucking nuker, dude. Test of Faith does a not insignificant amount of damage. Chen can pop in now.
Yes.
At like level, like Chen, that just basically says like, okay, Chen is good before level 15, right? Like Chen is like, you get like level 3 and you go gank, right? With like 2 creeps and a Test of Faith. And now at level 15, you can just test of faith, test of faith, test of faith, test of faith. Like,
now,
it's going to be good. This is a good thing for Chen.
For context, if you pick the Test of Faith cooldown thing, it brings Test of Faith down to a 6% cooldown, or 6%, 6 second cooldown.
That's
and
nothing.
The thing about it though is that it is kind of a nerf to Nuker Chen in that you can't go like 25% spell amp applies to your Dagon, and if you're doing Nuker Chen, you're building a Dagon.
Well, you can
I
be.
think this
you can
is a
be,
nice nerf
You can
for
be
Chen.
support
I mean,
Nuker
nice buff
Chen.
for Chen overall. Yes, exactly.
You can
right,
be,
so it's you're now a Nuker Chen without committing.
Yeah.
In buying a Dagon and buying an Ebolite, etc.
Yeah.
So it's nice. It basically makes Chen like an additional source of damage for the team, regardless of his or her items.
Agreed.
And then the other things, whatever, extra health, extra move speed. Clinks plus 3 additional strength on a buff that I did not think was necessary at all. But then again, Dragonlance got nerfed.
Yeah.
And Bloodthorn got nerfed. So Clockwork plus 10 additional damage on his level 15 talent, and plus 7, and now his other alternative level 15 talent is plus 75 rocket flare damage,
which is cool as hell.
I think I would. It makes it better if you're at pushing side lanes and farming, but like I would still choose damage almost every time.
I guess.
I wanna
Well,
punch
yeah. I
people.
guess the way I was thinking of it was like, imagine if you get him in your cogs and you launch your rocket, it does 75 more damage, or you can just do 2 right clicks and it does way more than 75
Yeah.
damage. So yeah, you're right.
It will.
It depends.
It'll
I
clear
guess.
side camps though.
Yeah,
much better.
Yeah, it'll get you a little more farm. It's like if you need gold, get the 75 rocket flare damage probably.
Yeah, I think this is more like a choice where if you're like a super behind clockwork and you're just like you do that initiation and then you just die real quickly, then you're going to be choosing the rocket flare damage. But the alternative is that like if you're playing a clockwork that's not super poor and you're having a good time, you're going to be choosing the damage.
Yeah.
All right, Crystal Maiden. I hear that's already quite good thanks to all the buffs to Roots. It got more buffs. Level 10 talent used to be plus 50 damage, now it's plus 60 damage. Level 15 talent used to be 200 health, now it's 250 health. Level 25 talent used to be 200 additional Crystal Nova damage, now it's 250. So just across the board, small incremental buffs to a hero that I would say didn't really need them, but they're nice.
Has
I
any
think,
hero
honestly,
been
like
nerfed?
I've played.
Have we talked about a single nerfed hero yet? Feels like every hero has been buffed thus far. We don't need to hash through it. I'm pretty sure it's just been like across the board buffs.
There are nerfs coming. I'll say that. But these are just nice little changes. The extra 50 health is honestly pretty not insignificant. I've been playing around with heroes like Rubik and CM that have these and other supports that have these plus damage talents, and they're actually like really good. Like they kind of were a joke at first, I think, when everybody like was reading through 7.0 patch notes. It was kind of like, okay, why would a CM ever pick 50 the extra damage? But like it makes you farm real quick, and like if you just accumulate stats later on in the game, and it makes you actually deal significant damage. So I'm seriously considering getting this plus 60 damage talent on CM now.
Yeah.
Also, Armlet Rubik got directly buffed, and it's evidence that Ice Frog clearly listens to .p when he gave Rubik the plus damage talent. Anyway, Darkseer. This is actually the first nerfed hero that we'll get to.
Yeah.
Darkseer, movement speed reduced by 5. Insignificant. Iron Shell mana cost is very significant.
He got
used to be 70,
Storm-Spirited.
90, 110, 130. Now it's 100, 110, 120, 130. So now, basically, if you're playing Darkseer, you're going to be not committing to those double Ion Shell,
one away,
dialable Ion Shell waves. You're only doing one.
One
and
wave.
at that, you can kind of mitigate this if you just buy like an extra couple clarities, but like it really hurts, honestly. Like 30 mana per wave effectively is what you're going to have to pay. And it's going to add up. Like already Darkseer, if you weren't super judicious with your mana management, you were already kind of having those times where it's like, boy, I just put an Ion Shell and I only have 15 mana left. Now you're going to have not been able to put that Ion Shell on in the first place.
Yeah.
So this will be noticeable.
But you're usually solo as Darkseer, so getting to level, because it equals out at level 4 Ion Shell, where it'll be the same amount of mana. So you'll notice it early, and then you won't notice it at all.
Exactly.
So.
Especially like it's supposed to be basically just a nerf for those first few waves, so you can't just double Ion Shell, the Juggernaut or whatever that you're playing.
Yeah.
He also got some talent changes. Level 15 talent used to be 90 damage, now it's 120 damage, which is a ton of plus damage.
Yeah.
Level 20 talent used to be 25 intelligence, now it's plus 75 vacuum AoE. Level 20 alternate talent used to be strength, now it's CDR, a 10% CDR. Level 25 talent used to be 12% CDR, and now it's 25 strength, and the alternate used to be 70 Ion Shell damage, and now it's 80 Ion Shell damage. So he got nerfed to his early game, but his late game is actually, I would say, probably better because
Stronger.
vacuum AoE is huge, and CDR is quite strong, and like, the 25 strength or plus 80 Ion Shell damage, either of those is something you're very happy to get as a Darkseer. So this is nice. I'm especially excited about the 75 vacuum AoE talent. Even though 25 intelligence is pretty darn cool, but
yeah,
come on, man, vacuum, too fun.
Yeah, the
Dazzle,
vacuum.
level 15. Okay.
No, go ahead.
No, go for it.
I was just gonna say, I wonder how noticeable, because 75 units is teensy-eensy, but it's going.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've got to figure, it'll make a difference. It'll make
It'll, get that extra hero every so often, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And it's less room, or it's more room to make mistakes. Basically, you can think about it that way. Dazzle, level 15 talent, like we were talking about before. It used to be plus 40 damage, now it's plus 60 damage. So again, these supports that have plus damage talents, making it a little more incentivized. Death Prophet, a hero that famously had a pretty terrible treat. Now, level 10 talent, plus 7 strength, it is now plus 8% magic resistance. Level 15 talent, it used to be plus 8% magic resistance, and now it's minus 1 second Crypt Swarm cooldown. Level 15 alternate talent is now plus 100 cast range. So
huge for
nice little buffs to Death
Siphon.
Prophet.
Huge for Spirit Siphon.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
the big deal right there. And I guess Ghosts. Yeah. And I guess Ghosts too. Because that will make them travel 100 further, right?
I don't think so. Because cast range, maybe it will.
I'm not sure.
Undecided.
Like we'll just put undecided on that.
Yeah, the range on that is so like arbitrary too, like because the bats chase things down and like they, but these are nice buffs to Death Prophet. She fell out of favor pretty hardcore post 7.0.
I pick her to beat Viper.
I think I only played like maybe one game of her. I
pick her to beat Viper, and that's when I pick her.
I think I only pick her like if I had to play against a Dragon Knight. That's really the only one I think of.
It's her and Necrophos that beat Viper. I feel like those are the only two mids that can really stand up to Viper, Death Prophet, and Necrophos. So this is nice. And the 8%, or the -1 Crypt Swarm is like so marginal, but nice. I mean, more often.
It's the difference of farming. Like probably 2 extra Crypt Swarms during a fight, you could say.
Yeah.
Disruptor, level 15 talent, used to be 200 health, now it's -3 seconds kinetic field cooldown.
Wow.
And his level 20 talent used to be 15% CDR, but now it is plus 400 health.
Wow.
So -3 seconds kinetic field cooldown is going to bring it down quite a bit. Let's look. It brings it down to a 10-second cooldown. So it brings it down to a 7-second cooldown, and considering that is active for 4.4 seconds, that means you only have basically like 2.6 seconds of kinetic field being like not on the field.
Yeah,
like
imagine that in a fight.
Even
like
even just as a zoning mechanic. Yeah, even like if you don't get anybody in it, just putting a kinetic field up and knowing people cannot enter here without being stuck there. Like kinetic field is honestly such a problematic skill to play against, because you always underestimate it. You're like, oh, whatever. But like having more of those up is going to impede the enemy so much.
Oh yeah.
So I'm into it.
Me too.
Doom, level 10 talent. Both of them got changed, so it is now a choice between 250 health or 80 devour bonus gold, that's a lot of freaking gold, dude. Like you're gonna accumulate so much money on Doom now, and that's a level 10 talent too, not like 15 or 20. You're gonna be getting that very early, right? Because you soak up so much XP.
So Midas Doom,
and you're gonna be making bank.
Do I jungle Midas Doom? Jungle Midas Doom?
I don't think so. Midas is just level 15 talent, plus 6 armor is now plus 15 scorched earth damage and healing per second.
Huge.
And the alternative is now plus 20 movement speed. I think I would always choose the scorched earth damage and heal over movement speed. He's already dumb fast. Yeah. And his level 20 talent used to be 65 damage, and now it's 35 Doom DPS. A very needed change. I don't think anybody would ever choose damage, because you don't punch people that much as Doom, and when you do, it's because Infernal Blade is really good. So that's nice. I mean, I hate this hero, and I wish he was not in Dota. But other than that, like 35 Doom DPS is pretty solid. I don't know if this will resurrect Doom, but I think he's perfectly viable.
Yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't become popular, because boy, that would not be a fun system.
There's a hero Ursi hates.
Oh boy, yeah, he's top of the list. Dragon Knight, level 10 talent is plus 1 strength, or plus 7 strength. It used to be plus 6 strength. Level 15 talent used to be 25% XP gain. Now it's plus 35% XP gain.
They want you to get Elder Dragon
form. That's going to get you to your
level 3. They want you to be a blue dragon.
But like, it's a level 15 talent, and you get that at 18. You're really going to commit
Oh,
Like,
you're gonna get it
that's the
so
problem with
quick,
all the XP
though.
gain things.
You'll get those 3
Yeah.
tomes that'll give you a bunch of extra experience, and you'll just be a blue
Yeah.
dragon before you know it.
Yeah, boy, I can't wait.
Yeah,
and
that
level
seems
10,
misplaced.
25 talent. Yeah, it like if it was at level 10,
That would be
Yeah.
huge. That would be huge if it was at level 10. But
Yeah.
at level 15,
But it's not.
I want to know the alternative for Dragonite. I don't want to.
All right.
What's the alternative skill or talent?
The alternative talent. So
Level 15.
Let's see, which level was that?
Level 15.
Level 15. The alternative is plus 40 damage.
I'm gonna take damage.
So yeah, I'm gonna take damage.
Yeah.
I wanna scale and I
Yeah.
wanna fight. I
Yeah.
wanna do things. And then the alternative at level 25. So now he has plus 60 movement speed or 2 times Dragon Blood HP regen armor, which brings Dragon's Blood to 24 health regen and 24 armor.
I'm gonna
If you
take
pick
that
at 25.
I'm gonna take that.
Yeah. Although movement speed's nice.
I mean, that's a
getting
lot of
in
movement
range for
speed.
those
That's an
dragon
extra
tails.
pair of boots. I don't
Yeah.
know. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I'm out, but it is nice to see a little buff to Dragonite, I guess, for that god awful boring hero. Drow, level 25 talent, used to be plus 350 gust, distance, knockback. Now it's 400, whatever.
Whoa,
Earth Spirit,
what a
level
change.
25 talent, used to be 35 seconds respawn time reduction. Now it's 45 seconds respawn time reduction.
Okay.
That's nice.
Cool.
Yep. Earthshaker, base HP regen. This is the first non-talent change, if I
Yeah.
recall correctly.
No,
Earthshaker,
there
base
were
HP
some
regen.
on Bristleback, but that's okay. We can
Oh,
pretend
yes.
this is the first.
Earthshaker, base HP regen increased by 0.5, so it's tripled from 0.25 to 0.75. Nice quality of life thing, especially for offlane Earthshaker. And level 20 talent and level 25 talent got changed. Level 20 talent used to be 10% spell amp. Now it's plus 40 echo damage,
Which is better than spell amp.
going to.
Oh my god.
Yeah, absolutely.
You-
It's going
I
to
mean-
equate to more.
Now you really don't want to pick PL against Earthshaker, because now every unit that is nearby is an extra 40 damage. So Earthshaker's ult just got crazy good in the late game. So
Yeah, and like you got to think about the phase you're getting it into is when people are mounting those big high ground pushes and stuff.
yeah, and more creep waves.
I'm
The
super
creep waves are bigger. I mean, not more creep waves, but more
Yeah.
creeps in the creep waves.
Yep.
So every creep.
And is level 20.
Oh, go ahead. Just
No.
I was just
ahead,
going to say every creep's 40 damage. I was just going to point out the absolute obvious.
That is definitely the case. His level 25 talent used to be 500 health additional, and now it's 600 health additional. So a
Get
nice
out.
little buff to that too.
Get
He's
out.
going to be real tanky.
Yeah.
Elder Titan, natural order AoE increased by 25. Whatever. Level 15 talent used to be 25% XP gain. Now it's plus 30 Echo Stomp damage.
That's good.
Which is interesting considering we've seen a lot of buffs to XP gain things in other things. And with Elder Titan, they just took it straight out. Level
Elder
25
Titan-
talent used to be.
Does he really need experience that much? I mean, I feel like the echoes, like getting to level 15 as Elder Titan is going to be like the thing you need to do. Just get to level 15 because Echo Stomp damage is huge. Echo Stomp already does a shit ton of damage. And now if
Yeah.
you're Echo Stomping on your Astral Spirit and yourself, you're really doing 60 more damage, supposing you're hitting 2 heroes, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's nice.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with you. I don't think I would ever choose XP gain at a level 15 talent. Like,
yeah.
I cannot think of any hero where I'm like, boy, I need these 3 levels to go by real quick.
Unless the level
obviously,
25
you're
is
getting to your
really
level
good.
20 and 25.
Unless-
I think
in-
that's the
yeah.
kind of exception.
Yeah.
case.
Unless your level 25 is minus 50-second mana void. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
And his level 25 talent is now 20 points better. It used to be plus 80 Astral Spirit hero attack damage. Now it's plus 100.
That's
so
just
basically,
when
if you hit a hero,
You. Yeah. Sorry.
well, no, this is when it comes back to him and gives him damage. It's now going to give him 100 additional damage.
Oh,
if I'm reading this correctly,
plus
maybe I'm wrong.
plus 80 Astral Spirit hero attack to plus 100. Yeah, I think you're right. You're reading it right. I'm just making you second guess yourself. I'm making you second guess.
Yeah, so
guess yourself.
it gives you 48 damage for every hero you hit when it comes back to you. So now it's going to give you 148 damage per hero hit. Oh God, what
That's
nonsense! This is
so
just
huge.
I'm pretty sure I'm right with how I'm thinking.
You are right. You are
how
right.
I'm interpreting this.
You are right. I was wrong. Yeah.
So I guess you go Midas and you go offlane.
Yeah.
And
They
you become a
basically just said ET now builds Midas. Like Ice Frog was like, if you didn't build Midas on Elder Titan, now you do. Because getting to level, and now you do not let Elder Titan get to level 25. Because can you imagine
or maybe,
high ground? Like he just throws his spirit up there, doesn't matter, pulls back, runs through 3 heroes, and now he's doing like 700
like,
right
now I
click.
deal 400 additional damage. And I guess maybe you would pick, and see, but you can't pick the XP gain anymore because it's gone. Otherwise, I would have said like, yeah, let's go for XP gain. That's interesting. I mean, people aren't doing this already, and it was already 80 additional damage, which is still significant. So I don't know if it's going to amount to a ton, but it's like maybe if you hit 4 people, it's like a full additional hero effectively.
Mm-hmm.
Ember Spirit.
They really do listen. Okay, Ice Frog really does listen, because I went on a 45-minute long rant about all the heroes that are affected by Root and how Ember Spirit isn't. And look what we got here. And then also on Proudland on Friday, Proud said, no, Ember, it would be fine if Ember was taken from 15% to 12% verbatim. Like literally, we said both of these things within the last 2 weeks. Yeah, God, if they're not listening to us, I'm gonna start fucking reading people's futures and just buy a crystal ball, because I'm like, well, Proud got half of that. Anyway, go ahead and read it.
So, Root now disables Activate Fire Remnant, and a level 10 talent used to be 15% Spell Amp, but now it's 12% Spell Amp. So, just across the board nerfs. Roots are better against Ember Spirit. And
they now work. It's not better.
A little worse.
It's just now it works.
Well, yeah.
Now he's not an exception. Because we're like, Denny and I literally listed like a million things that Root works on. And it's like, but not Ember. And it works on this person, but not Ember. And it works on, but not Ember, but not Ember, but not Ember. And finally, Justice. Okay.
Yep. But this is still, like, Ember Spirit magic damage is still perfectly viable. And that being said, the Battle Fury buffs are actually probably significant on Ember Spirit. Of the few heroes that they're significant on, this will definitely help Ember Spirit physical damage builds.
You're absolutely right.
Maybe that'll do it.
And now damage, because I know that his level 10 is like 20 damage, I think. His level 10 is either 20 damage or Spell Amp. Now it's going to make damage seem a little more tempting.
Yeah, not tempting enough. Honestly.
Not tempting enough.
Veil didn't get nerfed.
No.
So I would still...
No item changes.
Like,
yeah.
I would do... Ironically, he has a 48.64% win rate overall. The thing about Ember Spirit is what I would do now is what I was doing before, or like early in the patch, is that you go Veil and you pick the Spell Amp talent at 10, and then you just go backwards into the physical damage build. So then like after Veil and BOTs and Bottle and a PMS, then you just go for a Battle Fury, go for et cetera, et cetera. You don't commit super hardcore into the like Octarine core, Mjolnir, et cetera.
And Blade Mill too.
Yeah, Blade Mill nerf.
To harken back to the start of this.
Very true. Enchantress, level 10 talents are now +6 to all stats or +25 movement speed. Level 15 talents are now +50 damage or +10 seconds Nature's Attendance duration. Level 20 talent used to be -30 seconds respawn time. Now it is +60 untouchable slow. Level 25 talents level 25 talents are now either +12 Nature's Attendant Wisps or -50 seconds respawn time. So Enchantress is a force to be reckoned with, honestly. I'm like scared of having this like jungle 4-position Enchantress that gets all these Nature's Attendance buffs or Nature's Attendance talents, and then like
that's her heals correct? That's forever. That's her heal. Yeah, I was like, geez,
it does a ton.
That's crazy.
It does a ton. That's the issue with huge. The issue with it is the range of it. Like, she has to be pretty close to people, but she also wants to be far away from people.
Come on in and hop on my back and I'll heal you. Yeah.
Yeah. So if this is significant, I'm not sure, but it's all right.
I'd like to see Enchantress come back. I like that hero.
Offlane Enchantress was maybe the
you're
most
right.
annoying
You're right.
thing to
It's a
play
very
against.
just
So
ignore it.
I
Just
hope it's
pretend it's
jungle
not there.
Enchantress.
Just pretend it's not there.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as
Boy.
jungle anything anymore, in my opinion. It feels like
Thank God for that.
yeah. It feels like yeah, you can go in the jungle if you want.
Yep. Enigma, level 20 talent, used to be minus 30 seconds respawn time, now it's minus 40 seconds. That's nice. Faceless Void, plus 5 strength is now plus 7 strength. Also nice, but who cares? Gyrocopter, level 10 talent, used to be 150 health, now it's 200 health. Level 15 talent, used to be 10% magic resistance, now it's 12% magic resistance. And level 20 talent, used to be 25 movement speed, now it's 35 movement speed. So across the board, very small incremental buffs, but nothing life-changing. Huskar, level 10 talents. Now you choose from either plus 5 DPS per burning spears or plus 175 health. So burning spears are better. That's something, right?
Yeah.
I don't play this hero because I have like a conscience, but
Yeah,
I
have
assume
dignity
burning
as
spear
well.
DPS is good.
Yeah, I'm sure that's
Yeah,
gonna
thank
help
God
out.
for that.
I mean, I know that
in-
like 7 stacks, that means you're going to be taking 35 more damage. You know what I mean? And I've had
It adds up real quick too. God, burning spears is like
I hate that.
offlane Huskar. Let me tell you, it's so
obnoxious.
bad and yet so aggravating to play against.
Yeah.
Yeah. Invoker.
Your good
He's
old
been
Carl.
gaining traction. Yeah, good old
old-
Carl.
Well, with a $9,000 set release, they've got to at least have him in the game.
He got crapped all over.
Do you have that set? Do you have the Invoker set? The Invoker set?
I have the important part. My set's actually more expensive than that full set because I have the Heaven's Piercing Pauldrons.
All right, we don't need it. We don't need to get
those
it.
are quite expensive.
We don't need to get into it. I was just wondering.
But I do the cape from that set. That is like $100 or whatever.
Okay.
So Invoker, he got shat upon at 7.0, but now he's getting traction in the last few weeks. People are kind of re-experimenting with him. And level 15 talent is now
sorry, go ahead.
Is now plus 30% XP gain, and a level 25 talent is now minus 18 seconds tornado cooldown. So
people said climate change didn't exist. People said climate change didn't exist. That's bullshit. Their tornadoes are happening way more often. That's my joke.
I was wondering if you're going to transition that in, and I was like, boy, all right. And then I got it. And that was pretty funny.
That's my joke. More tornadoes because of climate change. All right.
And man, people are still always picking Forge Spirits for level 15 talent. So maybe people will pick XP gain, but honestly, I don't think so.
Dude, that's tornado.
Maybe I will.
Doesn't tornado have a 30-second cooldown? So isn't that a tornado every 12 seconds? And they're like up in the sky for like 4 seconds, aren't they? So wouldn't that be more like every 8 seconds you can have people up in the air?
Yeah, you're popping them constantly.
So I think it actually has like a 33% uptime.
As an Invoker player, I will say picking, maybe it's just because I don't play him that much, considering how he's like not stellar right now.
They're not up in the air for 4 seconds.
Tornado, they're not, but it's like 2 seconds, two or three. The tornado talent like really just messes with your head. Like you internalize all your like cooldowns, all your rotations and combos, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna tornado, and then I'm gonna meatball, and then I'm gonna EMP, and then I'm gonna deafening blast, and I'm gonna cold snap somebody that's running away. But now instead it's like, okay, I'm going to tornado so that the creep wave dies so that we can set up for next thing, and I'm gonna have tornado up again, then I'm gonna have tornado up again in the middle of the fight, and then again at the end of the fight to catch somebody. Like it's just a lot. Like it's a buff, obviously. Like I love having the short cooldown, but it took so much adjustment to being like, okay, I have this always, compared to before where it's like, okay, I'm gonna use this once at the fight in the beginning and then once at the end. So it's nice. I'm into it. I'm happy to see that. IO respawn time talent is now 10 seconds better, which is nice, but it's level 25, so IO doesn't generally get that far that easily. Shakiro, level 10 talent, used to be 15% XP gain, now it's 20% XP gain. Level 15 talent used to be 250 health, now it is plus 25 dual breath burn damage. This is honestly a lot of dual breath burn damage. That's probably going to be like a couple hundred damage overall. And the XP gain talent's all right too. I like Shakira a lot. I think he's quite strong right now.
Absolutely.
So I'm happy with these changes.
Yeah, this is
Juggernaut. Juggernaut, Healing Ward. Now it's a 25 gold bounty. Thank God. A level 10
It's gonna
talent.
make.
Used
You know
to
what this is
be-
gonna do? This is gonna make people finally want to fucking kill that thing in lower skills.
Yeah, really.
It really
Thank
is.
God.
Like, I can't tell you how many like 2K games I've watched where it's like the healing ward is the only reason the fight was won, because no one wanted to, like, not even a support that's standing there waiting for their cooldown to come off, to just hit it once.
Yeah.
One hit, 25 gold, easy peasy. Hit the healing ward.
Yeah, and you deserve something for killing the ward too. Like,
Yeah.
it's such an ungratifying feeling when it's like, oh, I killed the ward, I got nothing.
It was-
and like
yeah,
there was
yeah.
times where like I wouldn't even know if I killed the ward because like it's running into fog.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
I didn't hear a ching.
You're
so,
right. You're right.
Level 10 talent is 25 additional health. It used to be 150, now it's 175. And level 15 talent now is 1 additional armor. It used to be 6, now it's 7.
I will still
So,
always
again,
go damage.
super small changes.
Still always go damage at level 10 on Jug. Always go damage.
Yeah, I
Like,
usually do as well. although-
97.92% of the time I'm going to go damage over health.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Coddle, level 10 talent, used to be +6 strength, now it's +7 strength. Who cares? Level 25 talent, used to be 300 cast range, now it's +400 cast range. That's a noticeable difference. Cast range is pretty huge, especially, if you got to think if you're level 25, you're probably going to have a scythe around this point, and having a scythe with a long cast range is huge.
And-
it makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, that's actually true. I didn't think about items. I for some reason, like, items never come to mind when I think of that cast range.
And
that's actually
manually,
important.
and like this will just keep you away from the fight even more. And you could have an Aether Lens on top of this, so like that's what 540 additional cast range on top of your already decently long cast ranges. And assuming you have Ags, it's going to mitigate the fact that, or it's going to make it so you don't have problems with like a lot of the cast range problems you encounter is just like I don't have vision. Because if you have 1,000 cast range and you have 800 vision, that extra 200 cast range doesn't freaking matter. But with a hero like Coddle or Night Stalker, these cast range things really do make a difference because they're always applicable.
Agreed.
So, Kunkka buffs. Thank God for this. Tidebringer cleave distance increased from 900 at level 4 to 1,100 at level 4. It's a little worse at level 1, but that's not significant. Tidebringer cleave radius increased to 650 at level 4, so 50 at all levels. This is nice for core Kunkka, which has fallen out of favor in a huge way. I honestly don't think it's enough to bring it back, but I think I'd be interested in trying it. Level 10 talent used to be 150 mana, now it's +40 torrent damage to mitigate the thorough thrashing that torrent took in the 7.0 patch.
Yeah.
And the alternative is now +25 damage as opposed to +20 damage. So again, a nice little buff to core Kunkka. And level 25 talent used to be 25% magic resistance. Now it's +35% magic resistance, which is a lot. Like that's good magic resist. I like it.
Yeah.
LC, level 10 talent used to be 15% XP gain. Now it's 20% XP gain. I don't care. Leshrac, level 15 talent used to be 8% magic resistance. Now it's 10. Level 20 talent used to be 12 strength. Now it's 15. So again, incremental small changes, little buffs, just acknowledging that like some things are a little too weak and some things aren't. So that's what 60 extra health and 2% extra EHP against magic damage.
Yeah.
Not insignificant. Lich, level 15 talent used to be 100 cast range, now it's 125. Level 15 talent alternative is now -3 seconds Frost Blast cooldown.
Wow, that's huge.
Pretty sick. That's a lot.
He
of
could
Frost
already.
Blasts.
That's like 4 Frost Blasts in a fight right there. Maybe 3.
Level 20.
Maybe 3.
Level 25 talent also now has 10 additional armor,
To
frost armor
structures.
on structures.
Oh my god.
So 35 armor.
Imagine
on
an
structures.
ogre lich.
Push into that.
Imagine ogre lich. Dude.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
boy.
God. Oh,
So
dude.
nice list buffs.
Good luck taking a tower. That's crazy.
Yeah. Life Stealer. Plus level 15 talent used to be 200 health, now it's 250 health. Whatever. Lena still sucks. Spoiler. Level 10 talent used to be 20 damage, now it's 25 seconds respawn time.
I want the 20
deducted.
damage back.
The well, we'll see when we get to 15. Level 10 alternative used to be 250 mana, now it's +60 LSA damage, which is nice.
okay,
Honestly,
that
the
is
LSA damage that adds up. But it's only like probably like 180 damage before reductions over the course of a full fight.
Mhm.
Level 15 talent used to be 30 seconds respawn time deduction, which now we have at 10. but now you get plus 40 damage at level 15 if you choose that, of course.
Okay.
So a buff, like it's a Lena buff. I'm not gonna say it's not. It's not terribly significant though. Like it's really not significant. And Bloodthorn got nerfed. Like this hero, my poor Lena. Lion, level 10 talent. It used to be 175 health, now it's minus 25 seconds respawn time. Level 15 talent is now 80 earth spike damage instead of minus 30 seconds respawn time. So the earth spike damage is nice. I sure would like to have 175 health at level 10 though. I'll say that much. Like Lion doesn't build health. Health is good. I like living when I'm playing Lion.
Yeah.
Respawn time is cool too though.
Yeah, it is.
LD, level 10 talent. Is
Good.
now plus 175
Let's
attack
nerf
range,
this
so
fucker.
25 plus attack range. He didn't get nerfed that much. Honestly, he's still way good.
Marginal
Level 15
nerfs.
talent. Yeah, level 15 talent is now plus 55 damage instead of plus 65. Level 20 talent is now plus 12 spirit bearer armor, and level 20 alternative talent is now minus 40 seconds respawn time instead of minus 50 seconds. So he's still real good, and Lonely Druid is still the way to play it, as far as I'm concerned. Like, yeah, sure, Dragonlance got a minor nerf, but plus 5 Spirit Bearer armor is not going to radically change the fact that all these other talents are so LD hero favored. Like, oh god.
Yeah.
And like, he's still not dead for a heck of a long time. Luna. Thank God. It's funny we get like the two nerfed heroes are right in a row.
Thank the
Luna,
Lord.
base attack damage reduced by 6. She's getting the drow treatment. Thank God.
That's huge.
Lunar blessing vision bonus. Oh yeah, it's
like
incredible.
It's already, and I'm not very good at the game, but it's already kind of hard to last hit at level 1 with Luna. Now it's going to be really hard to last hit at level 1.
So she used to do 44 to 50 damage, and now she's going to be doing 38
to 44.
44.
Yep.
And that's, of course, assuming you're going to have like a Wraith Band or whatever. But
I do of
course, you're going to pick Lunar Blessing first.
I do triple branch start with her. Triple branch, circlet, tango, salve, I think.
Yeah, that's good in common. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but basically, she's gonna suffer a lot. You're gonna have a real hard time last hitting Under Tower as Luna. Lunar Blessing, Night Vision bonus rescaled from 1,000 at all levels to 250, 500, 750, 1,000. That's nice. It's gonna make that like 4-minute fight a little harder. And also you max this not first, so first few nights, honestly, you're going to notice the difference. Yeah. And her level 10 talent used to be plus 4 armor, now it's plus 15 movement speed. So now you're going to have less armor for sieging. These are nice nerfs, honestly. I don't know if they also... I think Luna's balanced now, because the HOD nerfs paired with these nerfs, I think I'm happy. And
Dragonlance giving her less health.
Yes, that too.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that are going to affect Luna. Also, HOTD creeps that she was
HOD.
Helm of the Dominator.
Nobody gets. Yeah. Me and Pratt had such a long, drawn-out argument over HOD versus HOTD, as though people miss
Hood of Defiance and Helm of the Dominator.
See, but Hood of Defiance is called Hood, not HOD.
I thought a hood's called a hood.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, hood like just a hood. Just like a hood. Just like a casual hood.
I hate you. We're going to move on. Okay. Lycan, add to the CM. Agility gain decreased from 1.5 down to 1.0. Howl mana cost from 30 to 40. Level 15 talent used to be 20 seconds respawn time deducted. Now it's 25 seconds respawn time deducted. So
good enough. Put him in captain's mode.
We're going to see the pros to Lycan.
Yeah,
I mean, he's crazy good right now.
I can't wait to see. Oh my God, how do I forget this guy's name? The Lycan, the guy, the man, the good Lycan.
Arteezy?
No, Arteezy. Yes, he's good, but Matumbaman, Lycan.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at this agility gain nerf, and having 0.5 per level means he's gonna have 13. Like 12 and a half agility less over the course of the entire game, and that's a couple armor, right? And that's a bit of attack speed. So that's not nothing.
Nope.
And how mana cost I don't play Lycan because God, I hate this hero. But I know he has some mana issues if you don't like ferry out clarities, if you're constantly using Wolves and Howl. So, it's something. I think we'll obviously see in the pros and all that, like if this is actually a huge, significant nerf. Yeah. Magnus, level 15 talent, used to be plus 50 damage, now it's plus 12 strength. So that's a nerf to the Echo Saber Magnus build. Level 20 talent, though, used to be plus 15 strength. Now it's plus 15% empowered damage/cleave. And the alternative is now plus 40 movement speed.
Oh, it's such a good hero. That's huge, dude.
Like, I think this is
percent. I thought it said plus 15 like damage. I did not notice that percent as I was skimming through and was like, and that's really good. Like even plus 15 would be good, but add that percent. Holy shit, dude. Late game Slark, late game, I don't know. Slark might not be the best example because he has like low damage, high attack speed, but like still, like that's, it still comes
it's
out.
A lot.
It comes out even in the wash, but yeah.
This is basically just a nerf to the Snowball mid Magnus kind of Echo Saber, Shadow Blade, Blink Dagger builds, and it's a direct buff to the utility Magnus builds, either mid or off lane.
Which I prefer.
I really like this because I
prefer that.
Me too.
Yeah.
As much as I enjoyed the Echo Saber build, I'm going to be getting back to my roots as a Magnus player and contributing to the team like a good person.
He's one of Medusa. He's one of the only mids that is that way. Come to think of it, that is like that. You
like a utility.
What else is a utility mid? Like in a way, anywhere close to Magnus. I don't. Maybe we shouldn't go into this conversation, but I'm just like every time I pick Magnus, I'm just like, yeah, same. I'm like, I don't know. There are other like good mid heroes.
Mid-tide.
Okay, I guess Medusa Medusa mid. I guess to a certain degree. I don't know.
No, I mean she's not like a team fight utility.
I mean Stone Gaze, but nothing. Yeah, we don't need to get into this.
Tremendous.
This show's gonna be long enough. Fight. All right.
Yeah. Medusa changes. Level 10 talent is now plus 12 intelligence instead of plus 10 intelligence. Level 15 talent is now plus 15% evasion instead of 10%. Level 20 talents are now choosing from either plus 600 mana, which is like 1800 EHP or something, or plus 1 additional split shot target. That's very
garbage.
Firmly.
So I want to speak on your behalf because you gave me great advice on my Medusa, and that's that you really don't need more than 3 levels in split shot. And you are right. So why in the hell would you ever get plus 1 split shot target?
Yep.
I'm gonna finish your thoughts for you.
I'm just raking it in.
Yeah.
Like realistically, you hit enough people already, right? And EHP is good. And granted, I'm sure I'm gonna be getting tweets. And there is a cutoff with EHP relative to mana. Yeah. So like once, like if you had like 6,000 mana, you're like. You'd still die with mana. You'd still die with mana.
But
exactly.
But that's still nice to die with mana on Medusa. You know what I mean? It's not a bad thing to be over. It's a bad thing to be way, way, way over. But the choice for level 20 is now extremely obvious. Extremely obvious what the choice is for level 20. Like there's no argument how obvious. And doesn't Medusa build Maelstrom sometimes? Like, pretty often. That's also like a split shot target. Last I checked. So yeah, that is weird. I feel like that will be changed in a patch because it's like literally the worst talent in the world compared to a pretty good talent for Medusa. Like I can't wait to see like a week's worth of stats on people who pick the plus 1 split shot target compared to the plus 600 mana. And the win rate percentage. Yeah.
Because I am similarly looking to be vindicated.
Yes. All right.
Meepo. Base armor reduced by 2.
Woohoo.
Level 15 talent is now plus 5 additional movement speed. The base armor nerf is honestly very significant, especially because it applies, of course, to all the Meepos.
Yep.
And this is going to make mid Meepo suffer. And it also makes the opening with an Iron Talon much weaker because
it just puts you at even.
You need that stout.
Yeah. Just puts you at even.
Yeah. Like 2 armor is a big deal, right?
Yep.
Um,
I think it goes from
Mipo's still
0
mad
to... So if you have 0 armor, it goes from 0 physical to 17%, I want to say. But that's off the top of my head and probably wrong. So, but I want to say that...
I don't know.
I want to say that it's 17% physical with going from 0 to 2 armor. So...
Makes sense.
Yeah, I want to say that. I'm not 100% sure.
Mirana, level 20 talent used to be, well, level 20 talent. Now you choose either -4 seconds Sacred Arrow cooldown, which also applies to your level 25 talent that makes the 3 split Sacred Arrows, or you choose plus 50 damage.
Both are good. Both have their...
I'm very interested to try this out. Yeah, they're just for very fundamentally different ways of playing Mirana.
Yeah.
The plus 50 damage is honestly huge.
Monkey King deleted from game. Deleted from game. No longer a hero.
Thank Christ.
Valve says we're sorry. We put this hero in the game. We will refund everybody who bought Arcana. This hero sucks. We know that we didn't think it through. He jumps on trees and is totally goofy and lame. But we can read what they did to him because I'm lying.
Yes.
He's still in the game.
Base armor reduced by 3. Jingu Mastery bonus damage rescaled and now is 75, 100, 125, 150. Jingu Mastery Lifesteal now does more at higher levels up to 60% and less at lower levels starting at 15%. Wukong's command no longer continues while reincarnating.
Stop, Percy. Just stop. Stop. Why does it lifesteal? Why?
Because lore, probably.
But,
I don't know.
But why does it life? Why does he need it? Does he need that? Like, isn't Jingu Mastery good enough? Does he need to lifesteal from it? Jesus.
God.
I was hoping that it would just be like, we're sorry that we put you through the trauma that we have put you through over the past couple months. We're just gonna get rid of all his bullshit. At least, okay. Sorry, go on. Fucking hate this hero.
The most important thing we see here is that his ult was not nerfed, except for the incredibly niche time when you have Aegis. And his ult is still absurdly strong. The fact that you can bash on all these stupid little remnant things, and an Echo Saber is activated all the remnants, Orb of Venom is activated all the remnants, any on-hit effect is used by the remnants. That is honestly the thing that like makes me think that this hero is still viable. Just because of that. Like,
I'm gonna pick it.
You have to play him safely.
I'm gonna protest.
Lose mid matchup.
I'm gonna fucking protest in Seattle. I mean, they seem to like to do that, but this time it's gonna be about Monkey King, and something.
One man protest.
Yeah, something about Gabe Newell and Monkey King. I don't know. We can fill in the blanks there.
Yep. These kind of huge changes, we're really gonna have to like wait and see, like give it a week, because this could honestly either make the hero absolutely terrible, or he could legitimately just be balanced. I still think he's goofy, and I think his ult is absurd, but
oh my god, I just hate him. I hate like
he's still not in captain's
I hate when I'm like, all right, I'm killing this Monkey King, and I'm like, okay, I've got 2 on my, okay, I've got 3 on my head, okay, I'm stunned, but he's still low, and then he's at full health because he life steals.
Yeah. All right, so his talents also got changed. Plus, so level 15 talent is now plus 75 Jingu Mastery damage, basically just to mitigate the fact that he lost all that damage from the thing. Level 20 talent is now 20% magic resistance, and level 25 now is 25 strength. So it seems as though they're trying to make him into a hero that scales better into the late game and can actually do things compared to what he is in his previous iteration, where he just did way too much damage in the early to mid game and would dominate you because he was like diving towers and doing all this crazy nonsense. So it's interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing it where they take this hero, considering like all the backlash they had when it got put out. Morphling, level 25 talent. It used to be 30% replica damage. Now it's 50% replica damage.
Really want you to get that
to support Morphling.
They really want you to get that talent.
Yeah.
Every time I look at it, I'm like, that's interesting. And then it's like, oh yeah, I'll just have my waveform go like 9,000 units longer instead. Thank you. So,
and you can cast during waveform.
I know.
Which, like, is a thing.
I just like I can cast like 2 E-blades while I'm still like invulnerable, like surfing through the map. It's great.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Naga Siren, level 15 talent. It used to be 15% evasion. Now it's -3 seconds of snare cooldown, which brings ensnare down to a 9-second cooldown, which is functional for 5 seconds as a root.
So
or as an
twice in a
ensnare,
fight.
or whatever you wanna
Basically,
call it.
twice in a fight.
Well, 3 times a fight.
Uh,
Like 27 seconds.
yeah, I don't know. Realistically, you're going to get it off probably twice in a fight, I mean, ensnares have become like the best, like better than stuns, better than slows. Like they're just, I mean, they are a stun, you know what I mean, in a way, but they're just really good.
Yeah. Okay. Overall, it's just a buff to Naga Siren support, and her Ags like is honestly quite good. But even though nobody buys it because people don't play that much support Naga, and when they do, they still go for like core items.
What does it do?
It gives like 12% or 9% or something HP regen to your entire team during song.
Regens during it. Okay, yeah. I remember.
It's something else if you get it off right.
I've yet to see it.
Nature's Prophet, level 10 talent is now plus 30 damage or plus 225 health, so straight buffs to both of those, no real changes. Level 25 talent is now plus 10 armor, so buffs to survivability and damage output at low levels. You know, a nice little buff. Nature's Prophet's a pretty weak hero right now. Necrophos, agility gain reduced by 0.5, movement speed reduced by 5, level 15 talent increased by 5 movement speed. I'm sure you're happy about these nerfs.
Yeah, still not enough. But whatever. It's Necrophos.
Yeah.
It's like your hate for Doom times 10 is my hate for Necrophos. But we can move on.
Yeah.
Like
I'm not a terrible fan of Necrophos either, I'll say that.
Get this. I've got an idea. There's a hero that has this ability that just makes him die longer. Dude, that is a great idea. Holy fuck. Put it in the game. Like, I feel like that's the amount of thought that went into Necrophos. Moving on.
We're going to make the enemy play the game less. How fun.
Yeah.
Night Stalker. Level 25 talent is now -8 seconds crippling fear cooldown, which means it's going to be up constantly.
And if it's nighttime, you can't talk for a really long time.
What if...
Because you're silenced.
What if it... I'm not even going to make this joke. We're going to move on. Okay. Nyx Assassin.
I'm super curious now. What? What if what?
To say, what if Dota changed the silence rules to apply to like microphones and such?
Would be so funny.
It would like you'd have to like run Dota as an administrator to give it like access, but basically what would happen is that like even in like Discord and other VoIP programs, it would just disable your microphone for 10 seconds while you're silenced.
I'd be pissed.
That would be
I'd be pissed.
That would be hilarious. Man, that would be the buff Night Stalker needs. Like, all right, and not only is it going to silence them in game, it's going to silence them out of game. Nyx Assassin changes.
It just does that like Matrix thing there. It's like you don't have a mouth, and it's like and your mouth just. All right.
So, Nyx Assassin now at level 15, he chooses either 50 impale damage or 12% magic resistance as opposed to strength or agility, since nobody really cared for strength or agility. Level 20 talent is now plus 40 agility. So,
damn, E-Blade is good.
I suppose that's a whole heck of a lot of damage on E-Blade. And it's what, 40 agility? That's like 8 armor or something.
Yeah.
Maybe 8 armor, 5 armor.
Isn't it every 8 agility is 1 armor? So
I think so. Yeah. So 5 armor.
5 armor. Yeah.
It's a bunch of armor, regardless.
It's tons and tons.
And damage. Like if you're melee attacking for some reason, although you should probably have Axe at this point.
Yeah.
Ogre Magi. Intelligence growth reduced by 0.4. It is now 2.0. And level 15 talent is now plus 50 damage. So he punches real good.
Yeah.
That's about it. Like he's dumber. He's dumber and he punches better. Fits the lore perfectly.
Yes.
Omni Knight. Level 10 talent, 5% additional XP gain. Oracle, same treatment. So both of them have plus 20% XP gain talents. Oracle, I'm surprised, didn't get a serious buff. And
seeing as
Omni
Oracle,
Knight is just an enigma.
Doesn't Oracle have like a 0% win rate? Like 0% of people win with Oracle lately?
It's like 33% or something.
It's absurd. It's absurdly low. While you're looking that up, I'm going to continue on here. OD.
Okay, his win rate is 39.89%.
Oh, hey. He's getting close to 40. That's
Yep.
good.
He's actually higher than a lot of other heroes, surprisingly.
OD.
Anyway, to continue.
OD.
25 additional health at level 20 talent. Who cares? Phantom Assassin, 5 extra movement speed at level 15. Who cares? PL, instead of 150 health at level 10, she has 75 Spirit Lance damage. That's nice. That's something. I mean, that's a buff to his ags, right? That's something, I suppose. Then again, Earthshaker got buffed, so screw PL. Phoenix, level 15 talent. Used to be 12 strength, now it's plus 50 fire spirits DPS.
That's huge.
Which is a ton of damage.
That's huge.
And you have what, like 4 of them? 3 of them? It is
4.
huge
You have 4.
indeed.
You have 4.
Yeah. So that's 200 additional DPS, provided you hit all 4 of them on different targets.
Yep.
It's also, like, who cares about strength? You're gonna be in the egg the whole time anyway.
Yeah.
Puck, level 10 talent, plus 25 health at or it is now plus 175 health at level 10. Level 15 talent is now 50% magic resistance instead of movement speed. Level 20 talent is minus 3 seconds waning rift cooldown or 10% spell amp. I am very interested in the waning rift cooldown talent. I'll say that much. Although spell amp's nice, especially if you go Dag and Puck.
Both are really good.
Both are very good. I think Puck has really come out ahead in all of the talent stuff. Pudge, movement speed reduced by 5. Fixed meat hook, sometimes landing the target behind your hero, requiring you to turn to dismember. Level 20 talent is now minus 40 seconds respawn time. So nerf to Pudge in the early game, especially considering that they nerfed the pulling camps thing.
Yeah.
Thank God. But I mean, he slows you down. So it's basically just if he gets on top of you, you're screwed. But now you're a little less screwed.
Yeah.
Pugna. What a hero. God. Level 15 talent, plus 12 strength. Level 20 talent is either plus 0.5 nether ward damage per mana used or 150 cast range. And of course, the cast range applies to his ult, which is the really significant one. And level 25, his nether blast damage talent got buffed by 25 points. So
talk about
nether ward
sieging.
damage per mana is real good.
Yeah.
Pugna, like, he still has the same inherent problems of just being squishy and dead and like weird looking, but he's
weird looking. I like that. I like that addendum.
Yeah, he's
he is weird looking.
Let me put up how much mana. Okay, so if you get the level 20 talent, if you get the level 20 talent, that's 0.5 additional mana damage per mana. So that brings the damage per mana up to 2.25. If you're casting 1,000 mana worth of spells, you're gonna be taking 2250 damage.
225.
So Pugna's real good against OD.
225 damage.
No. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. It is late.
It's okay. It's okay.
Queen of Pain, aka Quap of Pain, level 10 talent, plus 6 strength instead of plus 5 strength. A drastic change that I'm sure we're all going to be feeling for months. Level 25 is now minus 3 seconds Shadow Strike cooldown instead of 35 intelligence. So a nerf to right click Quap, but a buff to magic damage Quap. And of course, we have to think about her Blade Mail nerf. That's something.
Yeah.
And also, you're probably still going to want to have the spell lifesteal at 25 instead of Shadow Strike cooldown.
It's not a Blade Mail nerf. It's a Blade Mail fix. It's like that's not nerfing.
You're
like she's no longer able to exploit a dumb thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But I mean, Shadow Strike cooldown's nice, but you got to think about like the viability of actually getting off a whole bunch of Shadow Strikes. Like you tend to stay on the sides of things as a Quap. I don't know, like maybe this is going to be legit, but I just kind of don't see it working well.
Yeah.
Razor, level 15 talent, used to be 5 armor, now it's plus 130 unstable current damage.
Cool.
And his level 20 talent is plus 25 additional health over what it used to be. That's a lot of unstable current damage, I suppose. I like that at level 15 talent.
Yeah.
Me too.
I
don't really hate myself enough to play Razor a lot, but he seems
he's harder than Viper.
Although HOD, he is harder than Viper.
Yeah.
And he's pretty good against Viper.
Yeah.
Ricky, level 15 talent. XP gain is now 30% additional XP gain. So keeping with that theme. Rubik, level 10 talent. It used to be plus 50 damage, now it's plus 60 damage, just like CM. Armlet Rubik buff. No joke. Armlet Rubik buff. It sounds like a joke.
Totally. The 10 damage is definitely because of that.
Well, no, it's the plus 60 damage overall. Like the talent itself is an armlet rubric buff, but this is just icing on the cake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, God bless. Sand King, level 10 talent is now 10% magic resistance. Level 15 talent, you choose from plus 50 sandstorm DPS or minus 30 seconds respawn time. I'm pretty fine with this. I like sandstorm DPS. That seems good to me. He doesn't really need the movement speed that he used to have as a talent because he has all those mobility spells and items, etc. So, and 30 seconds of respawn time, also pretty significant.
Yeah,
Shadow Demon.
Force Staff Hags blink on Sand King, and you are everywhere at once.
Yeah, and you can choose his HP regen talent and like have whatever it is, 50 HP regen or something, 30 HP regen, and just never die.
Yeah.
Shadow Demon. Disruption illusion damage taken from used to be 200% damage taken, now it's 300% damage taken. So they are the epitome of glass cannons.
Yeah, thank God.
Thank God.
This
indeed.
is a Luna nerf as well, once again. Or
absolutely.
I mean, no longer will Luna Shadow Demon be so good, especially when like Luna has Butterfly and Scotty or something like that, and those illusions are like, is this the real Luna? And it's like, no, it's just an illusion. It's just really hard to kill. It's gonna be easier now.
Yeah, and his level 25 talent is now minus 6 seconds Soul Catcher cooldown, which brings it down real low. So you're gonna be able to get a whole bunch. That being said, that late in the game, a lot of times like it's gonna be hard to get it on the person you want, so you're just gonna kind of throw them around.
It's kind of a low like cast range. Like you have to kind of be up in their business to get Soul Catcher off. But
yeah. I'd still probably choose it over the Shadow Poison cooldown after the huge Shadow Poison nerf. Yeah. Shadow Fiend, level 20 talent used to be 50% evasion, now it's 50% lifesteal, which is nice. I'm kind of down on all the evasion talents, just for, like in general, so I'm glad to see the lifesteal talent. I still don't think. Let's see, what's the alternative? Level 20. That is the plus 2 damage per soul talent. Yeah. So I'm always going to pick the plus 2 damage per soul.
Buy a Morbid Mask and get 2 damage per souls. I promise you it's going to be way better.
Yeah. Shadow Shaman, plus 30% XP gain at level 15 now. Keeping with that theme, as we said earlier. Silencer, level 25 talent, plus 25% curse slow. Nice little buff. I don't know how consequential that is, but it's Skywrath Mage. Level 15 talent used to be plus 50 damage, now it's plus 75 damage, and the alternative is now plus 90 GPM. So again, like, I'm not saying Armlet Skywrath Mage, but I am saying he does a lot of damage.
Either of those talents are good. Like, you know, if you're a five wrath gold per minute, if you're a mid wrath damage, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't condone playing mid Skywrath in general. I want to make that blanket statement. Slardar, Slithering Crush stun duration reduce by a little bit each level. It ends up being 0.25 less at level 7. So a small nerf, but significant one. Level 15 talent is buffed a tiny bit, plus 225 health.
So many of these
Slardar's still super popular.
So many teeny little buffs. So many teeny little calibrations. It's funny.
He's still going to be a first phase hero.
Yeah, he's
in my opinion.
Still a great hero.
Humble opinion.
Yeah, he's still a great hero.
Super utility, super everything.
Yeah.
Slark, movement speed reduced from 305 to 300. Who cares? Level 15 talent. Plus 5 additional strength, or plus 15 strength, whether it used to be plus 10 strength. Level 20 talent is now 10% CDR instead of plus 250 health. This is nice. I mean, CDR is good, right? It's going to apply to your Abyssal Blade. That's something.
Good.
I don't know, whatever. Sniper, level 10 talent. Plus 4 mana regen is now plus 5 mana regen. I've literally never picked this talent, and I've played many, many games of Sniper this patch. I forget what the alternative is, but I always pick it because I don't need mana regen.
It's damage, isn't it?
No, it's attack speed. It's like plus 15 attack speed.
Yeah, plus 50. It's exactly plus 15 attack speed. So Denny and I talked about this. It's like I pick this talent when I hit level 10 and I'm low on mana. And we talked about how bad that is to be like, I'm low on mana, so I'm going to pick this right now. Or it's like you could just go to the fountain and have 15 attack speed forever instead of just mana regen. I think they're doing this for like the the shrapnel sniper, right? Where
Yeah, I mean, I play the shrapnel sniper.
and you
Never
still
picked
have.
this
I know.
crap.
I know. I don't know.
Like you
Whatever.
build a hurricane pike eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get int from that. Like,
Yeah. It's usually
anyway,
not a problem.
Spectre level 20 talent is now plus 15 strength instead of plus 12 strength. Again, a small buff, but that's 60 extra health. 60 extra health that you can be
Dispersing 22% of. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so that's a sick 12 damage or whatever that equates to.
Something around there.
Spirit Breaker plus 20 movement speed at level 10 talent. Insignificant. Who cares? Storm Spirit. Talk about the regen rune buffs. Level 15 talent is now plus 200 health, and level 20 talent is plus 8 armor as opposed to plus 7 armor. So small buffs to a hero that's quite good already. The Bloodthorn nerf will hit Storm Spirit, I suppose. That's something to think about. But he's still pretty darn good. And that regen rune thing is honestly huge. I feel like I think we definitely laid out the groundwork for people to be abusing that crap. Sven, level 25 talent. From minus 5 seconds Stormhammer cooldown to minus 6 seconds Stormhammer cooldown. I don't know what the alternative is. I'm going to look it up. But I don't know if I'm picking this.
I think it's a 10-second cooldown. So I think you can do it every 4 seconds. You can.
The alternative is 65 damage.
Oh.
And the cooldown is 13. So
Oh,
it brings
13.
it down to a 7-second cooldown.
And it's like a 3-second stun or something like that. So it's like almost 50% uptime. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I mean, it's good, but like you're playing Sven, right? You want to burst people down with 65 damage. Although maybe if you don't want to go Echo Saber, you're not playing that burst thing. You just want to keep fighting and throwing out Stormhammers. It's interesting.
In a team fight, if I can throw like 4
playing.
Stormhammers, I feel like that is going to maybe do more than than 65 damage. I don't know, though. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Techies. Proximity Mine bounty increased from 30 to 50. Level 15 talent is now plus 30% XP gain, and level 25 talent is now plus 20% CDR instead of 25. So this is a nerf to techies, but it gets more XP. So, that's something.
Well, it just means that you don't be dumb with your proximity mines. Don't feed those mines. And it's also letting people know that, hey, you have time to kill that mine. So often, even in like 4K, like 3.8K average games, do I see people like, oh, there's a mine. Duh. Yeah. And it's like, dude, just hit it. Like, it's just, I don't know, mind games once again. But yeah, kill techies' mines. You have enough time, I promise.
That's for sure. TA, level 10 talent is now plus 20 movement speed instead of plus 15 movement speed. Level 20 talent is now plus 275 health instead of plus 250 health. I do not care about these things. Terrorblade, level 15 talent is now plus 200 health instead of plus 175 health. Level 20 talent is now plus 25 movement speed instead of plus 15 movement speed. Again, very minor things. Very, very minor things.
Yeah.
Tidehunter.
Small calibrations.
Yeah, exactly. Small calibrations. Level 15 talent on Tidehunter is now plus 35% XP gain instead of plus 30% XP gain, and level 25 talent is now minus 6 armor on Gush compared to minus 5 armor on Gush. So Ag's Tidehunter is better, I suppose. You're going to be hitting that 25 a lot quicker if you pick these talents.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy a good fish game, Tidehunter game.
Good fish.
Timbersaw. Level 10 talent. Plus 20% XP gain instead of plus 10% XP gain, and a level 15 talent plus 20 intelligence instead of 15 intelligence. Level 20 talent is now 150 cast range instead of 120 cast range.
Which, hey, that int is good when you have Ags and you're throwing out double chakrams.
Yeah,
it's good.
It's like 1 full percentage point of extra damage. Also,
yeah,
think about it that way.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, the thing about it, Timbersaw though. Still not nerfed for what's called armor thing, reactive armor. Still not nerfed. Mid timber, still pretty annoying.
Yeah.
Tinker, level 10 talent from plus 5 armor to plus 6 armor. Level 15 talent plus 25 health. Again, super minor. Who cares? Tiny, level 10 talent plus 12 int instead of plus 10 int. Level 15 talent plus 20 movement speed instead of plus 15 movement speed, which makes him run really fast. Again, small stuff. Tiny. I've seen some successful Tiny play, but nothing too revolutionary recently.
Yeah.
Treant Protector. Leech Seeds Leech Seed Slow, that's hard to say, from 28% at all levels is now 22, 24, 26, 28. So nerf to level 1 treant, or low level treant. Nature's Guide's bash duration is now worse at lower levels, but equals out in the grand scheme of things. Nature's Guide movement bonus is decreased at low levels and scales up to the same. So basically, treant is just worse from like levels 1 to 5.
Good.
And level 25 talent is now plus 90 damage instead of plus 65 damage.
But I think also the other level 20 talent is the CDR, which is like the way to go. So like I would I don't go the 90 damage. Like I go the CDR because by that point I usually have Aghanims and I want to get as many leaves as I can get.
Yeah, I mean, but then when your Mask of Madness kicks in, plus 90 damage.
So yeah, if you want to
team up with the Darkseer on your team and his plus 120 damage,
and then you get the support Chaos Knight to make Phantasm the tree. And, yeah. So it'll be real good. Mm-hmm.
It's interesting.
You're like, wow, we're gonna try that on our next practice.
I'm not saying Sunday team practice is gonna be us doing that, but Troll Warlord, level 10 talent, plus 6 strength to plus 7 strength, level 20 talent, plus 300 health is now plus 350 health. Again, we could say it in unison. Small calibrations. Tusk. I've seen some sick Tusk play, honestly. I don't know if this hero is good or not, but I've seen a lot of impressive Tusk play in my games.
I've been seeing more of him, I'll say.
He was completely dumpstered like a little while ago, so maybe now he's back. But level 10 talent is now a choice between plus 35 damage or plus 35% XP gain. Level 15 strength is now replaced by 150 snowball damage. Level 20 talent magic resistance is increased by 2%, so 12% magic resistance. And level 25 talent is now plus 700 health instead of plus 500 health. So you're going to have a lot more XP, and that's about it. And then you do a lot of snowball damage. I mean, Solar Crest got buffed also, and this is a hero that buys that occasionally.
Yeah, he's one of those cresty heroes.
Yeah, I don't see a tremendous amount, but these are nice small buffs. I do like the 150 snowball damage a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Underlord. A lot of nerfs to Underlord. Yeah. Movement speed reduced by 15, so he's now huge. 290 movement speed. He is
super slow. And try and block the off lane, moving at 290. Like before, Underlord's just like this big model, and he was really easy to get a good creep block off. Now it's gonna be 15 harder. We'll quantify it that way.
Atrophy aura damage reduction is now absolutely terrible at level 1. It is now 4 at level 1, 16% at level 2, 28% at level 3, and 40% at level 4. And so now it's a little more playable in the early game. Mm-hmm. And this also means so people don't level Atrophy aura usually until level.
It's the last.
You get 1 point.
Yeah, you get pit and you get.
Yeah, exactly. You max the last.
Yeah. So it'll come into effect at level 15 or so before you even see it do its full 40.
Exactly. Level 15 talent for him is now plus 35 movement speed instead of plus 200 health. Level 20 talent is now a choice between 125 cast range or plus 160 attack speed. That cast range is pretty
not 160
pretty
attack speed, plus 60 attack speed. 160
plus 60 attack speed. Not 160.
He gets 50 moon shards at level 20. Yeah, no, that's still good, especially with Atrophy aura. With all the damage you get from it. So, yeah.
Undying. We're nearing the end. Undying. Level 15 talent is now plus 35% XP gain instead of plus 30% XP gain. Level 20 talent is a choice between 25 movement speed or plus 50 tombstone zombie damage.
Whoa.
Which is a lot of zombie damage. Yeah. Level 25 is now a choice between 2 seconds less decay cooldown or 15 armor.
Wow.
Man, tombstone zombies are one of the most annoying things in the entire game of Dota 2. And god, just think about this being more annoying is it's taxing.
No words. Okay.
Yes. Ursa, plus 10% magic resistance at level 10 as a talent. That's something. It used to be plus 8%, so whatever. Vengeful Spirit Level 25, you now choose between 65 damage or 35 movement speed. Whatever. I don't know. I mean, movement speed's good. It used to be 20, now it's 35. That's almost a double increase.
Yeah.
Venomancer, level 15 talent, plus 20 plus 200 health instead of plus 175 health. Whatever. Viper, same treatment. Level 10 talent, plus 125 health is now 150 health. What do you, expert Viper player, think of this drastic change to your favorite hero?
I think my win rate is going to skyrocket. That 25 health is going to change Viper fundamentally. Let's move on.
It's a lot more nether toxin or not nether toxin. The armor corrosive skin damage.
Oh, it's
Visage.
tons.
Visage famously got super nerfed after like a week of 7.0. Level 10 talent is now a choice between plus 90 GPM or plus 25% XP gain. A hard choice there. I think he has some nice talents. And level 20 talent is a choice between 300 extra health or minus 40 seconds respawn time. I don't think this is enough to bring him back. I mean, his birds are still super easy to kill, and they feed a ton of money. Warlock.
He's still in the grave.
Yeah, that's tragic. Rest in peace, Visage players. Honestly, you had your 1 week of
It's
fun.
Drought Ranger's
Warlock.
fault. It's not Visage's fault. It's Drought Ranger's fault.
Well, and Lycan, most importantly. Lycan Visage is way good. And Solar Crest got nerfed, so...
Yeah.
Warlock. Level 10 talent is additional... So it used to be 15% XP gain, now it's 20%. Level 15 talent is now a choice between minus 4 seconds Shadow Word cooldown or 150 cast range. That's a hard choice. Like, the cast range is real helpful with getting good ults and staying away, but Shadow Word is super, super good. Like...
Yeah, and
crazy.
That's like 2 heals and a nuke, you know, in a fight, or 3 nukes. Well, 3 DOTs. Yeah. It's good.
Weaver base damage reduced by 2. The swarm damage reduced from 20 to 14, 16, 18, 20. So
Good.
Direct nerfs to Weaver in a laning phase and support Weaver especially. Good. Level 25 talent is now plus 25% magic resistance. So a small buff to his level 25 talent, but overall a nerf to Weaver, especially in that early phase. Thank God for that. Wind Ranger has some comprehensive changes. Power shot damage rescaled from so now it does 180, 260, 340, 420 as opposed to starting off at 120 before.
Way better.
So a buff to
you'll see more Wind Ranger
definitely
because
way
of this.
Better.
You'll see way more Wind Ranger because of this, because you get that level 1 power shot usually, and if you're doing 60 more damage than you used to in 7.01, I mean that's a lot at level 1. Like that's a lot. And you can do like...
Yeah, they did rescale like how it calculates and all that, but honestly, I don't remember those changes enough.
Oh, and I didn't read the next line.
I have not been thrilled to play Wind Ranger.
I didn't read that.
Power shot cooldown increased from 9 at all levels to 12, 11, 10, 9. So it's basically you got to use it more sparingly at low levels. So you can't just like hang out with a clarity at your tier 1 mid spam things.
Yeah.
But to mitigate that, a level 25 talent was changed. Anyway, Wind Run, slow AoE, which is something that a lot of people I feel don't know is actually a mechanic with Wind Run. Wind Run, slow AoE increased by 25, so that's 325 AoE around Wind Ranger. Mm-hmm. And the mana cost is reduced by 25.
75 is not a lot of mana. 75 feels like so much less mana than 100 for some reason. Feels like I can always spare 75 mana, but I can't always spare 100. I don't know.
I agree.
Just kind of like a feeling.
It's like when you're spending money and it's like, boy, $15 does not feel like $20. Like $20, I'm like, oh boy, that was a purchase. $15, it's like, okay, that's lunch. Like whatever. Level 10 talent. It used to be 15 damage. Now it's plus 25% Wind Run slow. I honestly I can't think of like an application for the Wind Run slow. Because
you just run through people, dude. You just like
I mean,
you
I guess
it's no longer defensive, it's aggressive.
Blink in, you shackle, and then you wind run out. God,
you blink
it'll be
in,
good.
You wind run all over them, dude, and you just shoot them as they try and run away from you. Yeah, that's. I mean, it was Friday when they got to the W's. All
Yeah,
right.
it must have been. Level 15 talent is now a choice between 20 int or 40 movement speed, which is nice. I mean, 20 int, that's 20 damage.
I feel like 40 movement speed. Well, I guess 20 damage when you're doing focus fire is huge. I mean, that adds up
Yeah.
so quick. But 40 movement speed's tons. I don't
I
know.
mean, get that 40 movement speed so you don't have to get the wind run perks. That's what you do. Or vice versa, you get super fast.
Yeah.
But she didn't get the Lycan treatment where like she can go above max movement speed. Otherwise, that would be hilarious if you could wind run and then also have the 40 movement speed.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Level 20, you choose from either 15% spell amp up from 12 or 20% magic resistance also up from 12. So survivability versus DPS. And then level 25 talent, minus 5 seconds power shot cooldown is now minus 6% or minus 6 seconds power shot cooldown.
Every 3
So
seconds. Dude, by the time you're winding up that power shot, you're ready to wind up again. That's when you can just sit at a tower and just
Can you imagine pushing into that? That would be the least fun thing in the entire world.
Oh, Windrunner is going to become like the ultimate high ground at level 25. Like, yeah, good luck. And then if you wanna blink in and try and grab her, you're so slow because she's just gonna wind run away, and you're now 25% slower. All right.
Oh boy.
All right. Winter Wyvern.
We're in the home stretch.
Yeah.
Winter Wyvern plus 5 strength is now plus 6 strength. Yay. 20 Witch Doctor. 20% XP gain is now 25% XP gain at level 10. 15 at level 15 talents you choose from either 90 damage or minus 40 seconds respawn time now. So buffs to both of those talents.
Tough choice.
I mean 90 damage is a lot.
Yeah, tough
It's
choice.
definitely a tough choice though. You're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
Witch Doctor very very good right now.
Yeah.
I like these talents.
A good first
I don't
pick
know if
hero.
I'd go for the XP gain. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You never go wrong with Cask.
Yeah.
Wraith King, level 10 talent plus 8 int is now plus 10 int. Level
God.
15 talent plus 200 health is now plus 50 Wraith Fire Blast DPS, which
And I think it's
equates
2
to
seconds.
probably like what, like
I think it's 2 seconds.
Yeah,
or 2.5 seconds. 2.5 seconds. So
yeah, so it's like 150 damage.
125 damage.
Yeah.
It'll do an extra 125 damage at level 15. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's nice.
You're gonna
You
get a
don't
lot
generally
more
need
people.
health.
You're gonna get a lot more people that are like, "How the fuck did I die?" Now, because I remember the first time I died to Wraith King's stun, but not dying directly to the stun, but dying to the DPS that follows after, and like, wait a second, that's
Yeah, you're
bullshit.
telling me.
Yeah, I didn't know
Yeah.
about that for the longest time. So
Last but not least, Zeus changes to his Aghanim Scepter, his new Aghanim Scepter too, the Nimbus Cloud or whatever it's called. Scepter strike interval from 2.5 now down to 2.25, so it hits more often. Scepter cooldown down from 50 seconds to 40 seconds, and scepter duration down from 50 seconds to 40 seconds. So basically, you're going to have more scepters or more clouds to put out, and they're going to do a bit more damage at a faster interval. Or rather, they're going to do more damage because of the interval change.
I think it'll still end up doing the same amount of strikes. I can't pull. Oh, I already have my calculator. So, and it just
Well, yeah, but
decided
it
close.
doesn't ever last the full 40 seconds.
Sometimes it does, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
We'll
so
just leave it at that.
it'll do like maybe like 1 or 2 extra strikes in a fight. You know,
Yeah,
it's fine.
yeah.
Like the Ags is good. I really like it. I played it once, I think, and I've seen it a slew of times.
It's
So
cool.
I think it's cool.
It's cool. It's cool for sure.
And to cap it off with the last change,
Really exciting change
course,
here.
the
One of my
important one.
favorites. Probably my favorite change of the patch.
level 10 talent. Level 10 talent for Zeus is now plus 175 health instead of, get this, 150 health.
Oh my God.
Game changer right there.
Here we go.
I'm real.
Here's the title. Patch 7.02 plus 25. Like that is literally
Plus 5% XP gain, plus 25 HP.
Yeah.
Easy game.
That is patch 7.02. Yeah, super incremental. I'm really curious to see what this is going to do to the biggest issue in Dota right now, which is Radiant Advantage. Maybe,
Yeah, the map changes were nice.
I mean, they're definitely smarter than I am, all these devs. So maybe all these like minor adjustments are them like figuring out like how to fix the advantage. I think the trees being around the towers is a big thing, to harken to some of the highlights here before we close. The big takeaways from this, in my opinion, are trees for Dire, sentry wards being bought one at a time. Basically, the general changes are the biggest ones. Those are my two big takeaways, I guess. The Dire swap for Ancients is going to help a couple of heroes. There were a couple other in here that were pretty significant. Ember Spirit now being affected by Root.
That's a big one.
Treant Protector not being so overpowered at level 1 is good. That he ends up being the same, but much later. And it's not like you level Nature's Guys past level 1 right now. You get Nature's Guys, and you basically do like a 1-1-1 on Tree. Or you know, and so now your 1-1-1 is not going to be nearly as good as it was yesterday, because you guys live in the future. Anyway, we're gonna your takeaways. Sorry.
No, I mean, just to cap it off, what would you say is your either like favorite change or like some crackpot build you want to try now? I will start just by quickly saying mine. I now kind of want to try a roaming 4-position support bristleback.
I was gonna say
you just
bristleback.
start the game. You just start the game with like an Orb of Venom and whatever support items and like a Mango and a thing of Tangos, and you just chase people down and slap them with your mace, and you just throw goo at them. You can get so many stacks of goo. Then you just get like Tread's Medallion and like keep raindrops on you, I suppose, for the mana regen that you need. And like, I'm sure this is terrible, and oh god, it sounds terrible, but I think it'd be hilarious just to run at somebody playing bristleback.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's my thing. That I asked you a question when I really just wanted to give my own answer.
I want to give my answer. Mine's gonna be I want to play Brewmaster. No, I've always had a yearning to learn Brewmaster. I've probably played him 20 times, but I've played every hero at least 20 times. That doesn't mean I know shit all about them.
Yeah.
I really want to get Brewmaster down, because that Fire Spirit now having phase movement is going to be so obnoxious for that poor support. And then getting at level 25 the plus 20 unit armor for primal split units. Like, you can literally just grab your Fire Spirit guy and just be like, where's the support? Okay, follow this support around, and that support's just going to be like, oh, guys, help, and won't be able to do anything. I think Brewmaster will come back into vogue for sure, and but really the thing I want to do is play tons and tons of Broodmother, because I love that hero, and I really just want to pick Broodmother with no Earthshaker. Earthshaker's fucking good too. Damn, I want to play Earthshaker. Yeah. Broodmother.
I want to play a lot of stuff.
Broodmother, Earthshaker, Brewmaster, Bristleback. Like, those are huge. Bloodseeker, but wait, I actually have. I don't want to feel bad about myself after playing Dota, so I don't play Bloodseeker, because that hero has plagued me since I started playing Dota. He is always, like, even before he was reworked, he's always been a pain in my ass. And yeah, I don't like him. So anyway,
I just can't wait to play not Luna.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait to play Dota and not see Luna every game. You
still will.
Slaughter is still going to be in every game.
At least.
I'm sure for like the next couple of weeks we will.
Yeah, Luna Shadow Demon will. The Shadow Demon nerf was much needed.
Yeah.
All right. It's crazy. I think every hero was touched. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I think that we read every hero. I'm not. It feels like we did. Really funny minor changes to a lot of them. It's the first patch that I've seen, but I guess talents will do that. Like, they only introduced talents like 2 months ago. They needed to like tune them in. So this is like the patch of tuning. Anyway, I'm not going to kill you with plugs. This is a long show. iTunes, please leave a review. Defense of the Patients @gmail.com, where you can write in and call in for Tuesday Q&A with Ursinity and I. Patreon.com. Thank you guys so much. defenseofthepatients.com Nope. Patreon.com/defense of the patients. We are like up there, and you guys are donating a lot. This helps us directly. We recently reached top 100 in video games. Oh my god, for podcast top 100. So we're now getting to a point where we need to hire somebody to handle affairs. It's getting busy. So we appreciate all your donations, and if you like this show, the Ursi's offering some discount for February. I don't know what you're offering. It's something crazy. For donating to Patreon. What is it, Ursi? I forget.
Just everybody donating $5 or more gets a replay review, because normally it's $20 and you get a replay review, but just for the fun of it for February, anybody and everybody who's donating, so I suppose not anybody and everybody, but anybody donating $5 or more, just send us in a match ID, and I will review it. And of course, all the replay reviews will be on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/.ptv1, to watch regardless of your status as a patron or not.
Absolutely. Also, when you're at Chick-fil-A waiting in line, don't get 2 chicken sandwiches. Get 1 chicken sandwich and save the other for .p. So we can grow healthy and strong with
the money, not the sandwich.
Or either or. I'll take either. For every sandwich you don't eat, I'll donate $5 to .p. And most of all, thank you guys for listening. This was a long episode. Sorry once again that you don't get Theorycraft Thursday today. Proud is under the weather, and a patch dropped conveniently. I will say conveniently, for Proud being under the weather. So, yeah, we did this, and it was long, and it was a lot of plus 25 and a lot of plus 5%. So,
Roland, you haven't been in on a lot of the really long podcasts too, so this is a first for you.
Yeah, this is
probably the patch notes reviews.
I think this is the longest show I've ever been on. I don't think I've ever.
Oh boy, this is like half of patch notes review.
Oh, I know. You guys is 7.0.
It's a ride.
I remember we were helping facilitate that recording, and Denny's like, they're still going, dude. They're still going. It's like, Jesus.
Yep.
So this is Roland for plus 25 health, plus 5 experience, plus 5% experience, excuse me, and Ursinity saying thank you for